Grande Americano, Grande Gable, you know, your boy.
Bro is.
Dude, I have no idea what you're talking about, dude. We know
Bro,
this by now. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Beard Bros Breakdown Podcast. My name is RedBeard. And joining with me, as you can tell...
the champion! That's f***ing right! Yeah, I'm the new PWC champion! Because I am the greatest prediction person ever! Look at this beautiful belt around my waist. You know what I got for Backlash? I got every single one right. That's right, 100%.
Welcome back. As I was saying, Krodok, as you can tell, he had to flex, and he put the championship belt on his new model. And if you can't tell, like, it's his little logo is on the side plates, but and his name is right underneath it. But yes, Krodok has become the new PWC champion, and despite my efforts of trying to win and think that I was smart, I have lost. But we have a champion. Thank the wrestling gods. Because we've been trying to find a champion. WrestleMania didn't help us. But we shall see if this title reign lasts to Money in the Bank. We shall see if it goes past Money in the Bank. We shall see. I will be the next champion. Mark my words.
You
enjoy it while it lasts, sir. Okay? Enjoy it while it lasts.
Okay, man.
Anyways, welcome back to another episode, guys. Today we're just going to be reviewing the Backlash PLE, and of course you already know the results. He won. But we're also going to be recapping SmackDown, NXT, and Raw as well. The SmackDown before Backlash. It's kind of weird to review SmackDown even after the PLEs happened, because you can't say, "Oh, I wonder if this was," because you can't sit there and say, "Oh, I wonder if Randy's going to beat." Because it already happened. It's weird to really. At some points, I've wanted to not pull in SmackDown, but because it is a part of the news, I still do before a PLE. But there were still some great moments that happened on SmackDown PLE. What am I saying? SmackDown before Backlash. I'm so tongue tied and so mad you won. Anyways, well, I can tell your week started off great because you're champion. But anything else happened interesting in your week?
Oh yeah, I had one of the worst weeks of my life. But listen, so it was a fine championship reign. Backlash was a good PLE. I mean, we'll get more about this later, but I think it was honestly a 10 out of 10 PLE. But I'm a champ now. I love that. But every single thing after Backlash for the week was awful. My entire week sucked. It was so bad. I don't want to go into details, but
no, you don't have to. If it's personal, you don't have to.
Yeah, I just had
the whole world,
bad days.
You don't want to hear the whole world understand your problems. They're gonna be like, I don't know what I can do, buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, hopefully it gets better for you. But my
do?
week, I mean, work. Yay. I mean, today was a shorter day. That's why we're able to record this podcast early. Ain't gotta worry about it being, high on our own supply or dopamine and serotonin, whatever. But no, it was a good week. All of I was out in the country most of the time. Down, a little bit further south, Georgia. But I almost died yesterday. Not really died, but let's say so. Okay. Yes. E had the same reaction. So I didn't necessarily almost die, but it's a situation where I could have gotten injured on the job. So the truck that I had, I drive a 16-foot van, but it's pretty much acts as a truck. It has a whole cabin in the back where you can hold packages, of course, but there's this truck that we had, and I hadn't driven this one in a while because it had problems. I thought they got it fixed or put it back on the lot, changed some things around, but they did not. So this truck, the way these trucks work, you have the back door that you can unlock with a key fob and pull it up to throw your packages in. You always go to the back and pull your packages out from there. You also have a back sliding door behind you that also is operated by a key fob or a switch on the cabin door in the front of the truck. Well, there is an electronical issue with this truck that even the backup camera, the back that unlocks that door, and the sliding door is completely like no power. So, like, not even the light that comes on back there. So, because of this, the back door, when you open it, it's struggling to open. So, like, when you're pushing it open, it's like trying to keep it locked in place because it's so off track. And also, when you slide these doors up, there's a pulley system that keeps the door. When you open it, it's supposed to pull the door up with weight, and it's supposed to keep it open until you close it again. Because that mechanism does not work well, when I pulled the door open, and keep in mind, I have headphones on, and I have this little like back like cap that I wear, like because so I don't have to do my hair, but also to protect my head, and I sweat a lot, so it keeps the sweat. Um, but yeah, when I did that, I bent my head down to like, watch it go up and was like looking at my phone to like see what next package, and it comes back down and it slams on my head. Now, not slam like with sheer force of like knocking me out, but it knocked off my headphones and my glasses. They're not broken, you can tell. Neither are my headphones, they're behind me. They're fine. But I did report that, and hopefully they'll look into it because that is a situation where if I were to get injured, they could get sued or get into trouble with financial, medical, or anything. Um, didn't get my head didn't start hurting later on. I didn't get a headache or anything. If I did get a headache, it wasn't from that. It was probably just from the hot sun and working. But I'm okay. Those kind of situations, you got to be careful on.
That could easily be a concussion. Damn.
It could be. Now the thing is with these doors, like it has this little protective rubber like thing underneath it that keep that protection from the metal if something were to happen. Like say like if you were to like it were to slam on your hand, the pain wouldn't be as bad because it's not slicing your hand open. It's protecting you with that little force of the rubber. But it still like hit my head. But I guess because I had the headphones on and my glasses and the way it like pulled it off kind of protected me from that full force of getting hit, that I'm okay. So yeah, but other than
Damn.
that, every other day was good. Delivered, cool, you know. But something finally happened that I could talk about. That's interesting, but I'm okay. I'm definitely okay. Regardless, I always have a few screws loose up in here, so it didn't make it better. I'm still yeah. It didn't make me any more sane than I already am. Um,
All right, fair.
but I mean, it's that I'm okay. And then watching wrestling. I finished 2 song projects this week. I'm going off. If you're
Let's
just watching
go.
this, the trailer, as we speak, the trailer has already dropped for my official release date for the Resurgence 3 Final Rave, which is going to be September 12th, 2025, which you guys could have already guessed because I said that last podcast. Um,
Go
that
watch it.
that's my yeah. Go watch the. I mean, it's just a 40-second teaser, but you get a gist of what the beat or whatever the vibe is going to be. Um, and I never did this for the old ones, but like I had like I want to do like not interactive, but like music videos of these songs, just like make my own, like upload them to the channel, like have them a little like vibe and aesthetic to it. I may do that just because I want to like make it to where it's like, oh, I don't have to go download the album. If you don't want to download the album, you can watch it on my YouTube. So definitely look forward to that. But if you got anything else, or we can get right into our recaps.
Um,
Oh,
no, that's about it. But let's get into it. Do you want to
let's
start
get
this off?
right. Yeah, we'll start with SmackDown. So like I remember briefly because like I think there was like I don't know what I was doing Friday, but there was like a dry spell. Did I stream Friday? I don't remember what happened. I think like there was a little bit of a dry spell where I didn't like pay attention to some of the things, but I know majority of what happened. But I will say one thing, and I can't remember if this was at the beginning of the show, but Alexa Bliss is back, y'all.
Hell yeah,
She's
she
back.
is.
She came back. She tag teamed with Zelina Vega and against Piper Niven and Alba. Was it Alba Fire? She didn't, or did she face? Was it with Chelsea?
Yes,
Alba Fire, because
Alba and
Chelsea is
Chelsea.
like, I'm not going to wrestle because yeah. Yeah, definitely amazing. I for one didn't think about it at first because it's like, where's Alexa? What are they doing with her? But she's back. Amazing. Still amazing in the ring. I don't know what they're gonna do with her. Like, I don't know if this is like killing that Wyatt Six angle, but I mean, she's just there to be showing up for matches. I need some more storylines with her. I need some more promos, but they definitely delivered. And from the look on everyone's faces, she was a threat to that She Hervis. So She
Yeah.
Hervis, what did I just say? I don't know. Secret Hervis.
Uh,
I'm sorry. She
yeah.
Her.
I think this is that was very interesting to me. I wasn't expecting it, and I wasn't expecting it because I thought the whole reason Alexa like disappeared after Elimination Chamber is so they could bring her back with the Wyatt Six, but now it doesn't look like she's gonna be part of the Wyatt Six, and if not, that really kind of makes no sense to me because listen, I kind of like that she's not part of the Wyatt Six. I think that's fine. I'd love for her to do her own singles stuff, but the issue to me is not having her during that WrestleMania build because I thought, oh, you get rid of her after Elimination Chamber and then wait until after WrestleMania to when you could reintroduce the Wyatt Six and her with them. But if they're not going to have the Wyatt Six with Alexa Bliss, I question why not just having Alexa Bliss during the WrestleMania build. Then,
That's
like,
what's confusing to me because it's like all members of the Wyatt Six, and they're still claiming that Bo Dallas or Taylor Rotunda, who is Uncle Howdy, is still injured. And then they're starting to say reports about like Eric Rowan and Joe Gacy and all them. It's like they're just waiting on the sidelines. It's like they're building up another story, but like that's the same kind of shit that happened when they were teased to return. Like how long it took for them to get all their shit. I get it. Like they have to get like probably new gear. They're probably getting started or this and that new storyline. It's got to build. They got to figure out where they're gonna go. But like in a way, you can build as you go because I think Bray did that. He built as he went, but it's like they have to figure out where they fit them in because this is an entire faction, and the only faction that you have is Judgment
Judgment
Day,
Day.
and Judgment Day is occupied with a lot of shit like Penta and so many others. It's like they're so focused on everything else, and now AJ Styles, it's like there you have a potential there, but breaking up, Final Testament, and then you know it's just like now where do you fit them in at? And they were supposed to go to SmackDown, so it's like you technically, in a way, need a faction. They can terrorize SmackDown without a faction to opposite them, but it'd be good if they were terrorizing SmackDown, like taking out people. And then you got like Nikki Cross could go after the females. It's like there's so many opportunities they have here, and they have to at least do it by SummerSlam if they want something. Because I feel like Alexa Bliss is going to get involved, and funny enough, I know the mind of Alexa Bliss. Like I know that sinister mind is still there. She could be using or potentially use Zelina Vega to get closer to that women's United States title.
I'd like that.
She's had a lot
I
of
think that's
belts.
sweet.
She hasn't had, of course, the women's world heavyweight because she's not on Raw, and they're not going to worry about that probably till later down the line if she wants to go for that. But she's had so many world titles. This is one she hasn't had. So like you could have Zelina hold on to this for so long, and I wouldn't mind Alexa Bliss and Zelina Vega. They could definitely cook on that. I don't know if it's about a SummerSlam match. I would like that because I need more. Like what happened with that Backlash, I need more mid card women's titles to be at PLEs, and you have that opportunity they had that opportunity for WrestleMania. They didn't do it. Now they have that opportunity for SummerSlam. I understand we got these big names, but like these mid carders, they matter too.
True. I do. I listen. I know you're like, oh, I'm so excited for I think the Alexa versus Alina match could be really good, but no, that's not what I want to see from them. What I'm
Okay.
excited to see from those two is the promos. The promos those two could cut on each other would be fucking legendary. That's what I
Yeah.
want to see.
Zelina already cuts good. When we know like Alexa can cut. Like even from her early years as like the goddess, like she always was able to cut good promos. I want to see her cut something like obviously be heel again. People are wanting that babyface to come back with her, but like she's obviously in that stage of where she's, you know, the Wyatt Six or the Sister Abigail kind of like aspect character. Because she really didn't have I couldn't really say what her character name was when she was like, but she was like probably like you could call her the Fiend, but like the female Fiend version, but a whole different kind of story with her. But yeah, definitely want to see some more. I want to see more promo stuff from her. Like we see it backstage, but I need to see it out there in the crowd too.
Yeah. Also in the show we had a Alistair Black like vignette, like video package kind of thing.
Right.
And dude, fuck did that cook, bro. Alistair Black is so good, man. So good, man. Ah, yeah,
And
man.
speaking of that, he had a match against Carmelo Hayes.
True.
It was a really good match
True.
too.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
Yeah,
God,
everyone thought oh, it was only going to be a Miz thing. It's like no, it's just he's getting his foot in the door.
yeah, I
Oh
love Alistair
man,
Black.
an Aleister Black Andrade Carmelo triple threat. Oh,
Oh,
that would
dude,
be. Oof. I just thought of that in
God,
my head. I was like, wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute, man.
God damn, man.
You what?
So our truth has a segment on SmackDown
What?
where he's like holding a sign and he's like, "I love you." See, he's basically chanting, "Cena, I love you." See, I forget.
Oh, I can't wait
Fuck.
to talk about
Let's go,
Backlash.
Cena. He's basically talking. Let's go. He's basically chanting, "Let's go, Cena." And then Jimmy Uso shows up and is like, "Bro, what you doing?" Can I be honest with this? I hate Jimmy Uso's character right now. What are they doing? They're treating him like he's literally just like a oh, we don't really have anyone to be like our truth. Cena's bad. So he's like so they're like, well, let's just use Jimmy Uso, I guess, to tell our truth that Cena's actually bad. Like it's not working for me. I want to see Jimmy go after the US title or some shit, man. I want to see Jimmy
Yeah,
try to go after a
I would
singles
like for
title.
both brothers to be respectively in at least a feud or a title picture.
Yeah.
Because Jay's getting all the love on Raw, but Jimmy's just like there to be there. It's like you could involve him in so many things because I thought that's where they were going to go because Jimmy was involved in during the U.S. title, but that's when Nakamura had it. He was involved during that point, and then LA Knight won it back, and he just well, no, I think LA Knight beat Nakamura, and then Jimmy got involved and was like going for it. I thought,
Yeah.
and then he just completely that one loss. He was like, all right, and then he's kumbaya, and then he goes to Raw, and he's dealing with Jay, and then he gets busted up with Gunther, and I was expecting him to be out for a long time, and then that slowly eases him back into his. He is a babyface now, even though he's still got those heel elements in his heel theme song. But either way, it's a banger theme song. But him going back to like
Oh,
potentially,
so
but you can't just put him in the tag team stage anymore since Jay is now a singles star. It's it's really hard to put them back together like that. It's good to have them show up, but like them together, like what do you do here?
yeah,
I
sure.
mean, if their WrestleMania 40 match wasn't so lackluster, I wouldn't care if like they had a feud again or they were just like, hey, why don't we try this again? Let's you me one on one, but as brothers, not enemies. That would be cool. But because their match wasn't so well received at WrestleMania 40, they people probably would not even care for that idea right now, at least. And
Yeah.
I'm also not caring about a certain feud coming up, but we'll get into that.
I
Um,
disagree, but we'll get into
How do you
that.
want to do this? Because I feel like we could just go right into Backlash after SmackDown and like kind of recap as we go.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can do that. We can go to Backlash reviews since we'll follow it like in order since SmackDown Backlash is after SmackDown, and then we'll talk about Raw and NXT since that'll help me a little bit better instead of jumping around.
yeah.
Um,
Um, but so we're still doing the SmackDown, right?
yeah,
Okay. Charlotte cut a promo, and it was kind of a nothing promo. She basically said, "All you fans don't appreciate me. You all suck. I'm the greatest women's wrestler of all time, and you better respect me." Blah blah blah. But the really interesting thing happened. That happened was after she was done her promo, and Jade Cargill walks out with that aura. A storm, haha, is coming, and then they stare down at each other while they're coming at each other, right? And they're just staring down, exploding everywhere. They're staring down, and it's really got me excited for like what could potentially be a good feud. Like Jade versus Charlotte, I feel like could be a really good feud. Also,
yeah.
Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte could also be a really good
A lot of like
feud.
good contenders. They just Like, the thing is, no hate to Charlotte. She can wrestle. She can. No, her promos ain't been great. Well, like, she's not obviously not in her prime anymore, but she can put on matches and she has in the past. That's why she's at where she's at. But lately, she's just not been trying to give you that, like, care. It's like, because I knew when she came out, like, that's the
Well,
whole.
she's
I
just
don't know
not
if that
putting young talent
was.
over.
Yeah, I don't know if that was supposed to be was scripted where she was like supposed to go out there and then leave like that. Probably it was, but there's no angle here. But yeah, when Jade Cargill was being teased and shown backstage, one of the most interesting interactions was her and Charlotte because as much as I don't like when people compare to other people, and when she was in AEW, she was being compared to Charlotte because she's that big woman, who can like wrestle and try to change the game of how the females are viewed in the in the wrestling industry. But she's not Charlotte. She's Jade Cargill. She's her own person. I'm tired of people doing that, or the same thing with Tiffany being. I don't think a single person really called Tiffany Charlotte. I think that just became a storyline to where they needed something in order to get behind the fans. Like, oh, they're all calling me Charlotte. No, I'm Tiffany Stratton. It's like, no, Jade Cargill is Jade Cargill. But they do parallel each other in the way their bodies built and like how strong they are, so that's like it's one of those Bianca Belair situations where she's also strong, and then you got another strong black, wrestler, female wrestler, and those clashing, which I don't know if we're ever gonna get that match ever now, since like Bianca's been off TV for 2 weeks. Again, also by the way, since
Yeah.
Mania, she's probably doing her own shit, but um it's just like, yeah, that would be actually a good feud, and I feel like they could both try to care. I think they do both want to work with each other. I hope that like, there's no hatred there. Um, I would like that feud because they've been teasing it since like 2023 before she jumped in at Royal Rumble 2024.
Yeah. Um, during the show, I don't remember what match it was because I really don't remember Friday at all that well. But I I think I heard "you can't wrestle" chants, which crazy because it wasn't for Cena. It was like for some two like people. I forget which match again, but it was like during the match. I'm pretty sure people were like chanting "you can't wrestle,"
Well,
and
I
I'm like,
know
what
Nia
the fuck?
Jax fought Jade Cargill, so maybe it
That
was
might be
that
what
one.
it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
which
and
is
they were probably talking
crazy.
about they were probably doing that for Nia because they
Yeah, I
don't
think they
like
were.
they're going with this Nia feud because I think Nia was facing Jade Cargill to qualify for Tiffany.
Yeah.
Because there's a whole thing going on here
Yes.
where like Jade is also eyeing up Tiffany, and I think Tiffany was at ringside, and then
She
Naomi
was.
comes out and she attacks Tiffany.
Yep.
This could be setting up for either a Money in the Bank match or there's got to be a fatal four way here. There's a lot of fatal four ways
Yeah. I
happening.
want. I think a fail forward could be cool,
It's
but
I like these, but I'm also like, damn, I'm really missing these one on ones. But there's so
same.
many women. It's like this is the only thing they can do to kind of fit because these pay per views these PLEs are coming out quick. Like
Yeah.
as soon, even though it's not a PLE, as soon as Saturday night's main event ends, Money in the Bank.
Like next week. Yeah. The
Like
week after.
literally, it's almost here. It's like right around the corner. I'm not saying I'm against these early month PLEs, but Jesus, when they do it at the end of the month, it gives you time. It's like they're all coming out as fast, bro. Because they used to always be like you'd have WrestleMania at the beginning of April, of course, and then every other PLE is like usually at the end of the month. Because they started doing this around, I think, Bad Blood, because Bad Blood was like October 3rd. Like they started doing
Yeah.
this around this time because everything else was like, oh, this is happening June 28th or August 8th, like near the end. But now it's all at the beginning. I think they're just doing that to fit in PLEs more.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot going on this year for sure. So,
True.
and if that evolution thing happens, I mean, my God.
Yeah.
Uh, but
I also during the show I saw a I forget exactly what the sign said, but it was like a really wholesome sign of like somebody saying I graduated or something. I just found it really cute.
oh,
So
that's hell yeah. Um, yeah, I didn't have much for tonight, but like Legado del Fantasma's getting involved again. They attacked Ray
Ooh,
Phoenix backstage, and then
yes.
him and Andrade had a stellar match with
True.
Los, what are they called?
Los Garza.
Los Garza. No, dude,
And
I don't
Berto
know what
walked
it
out.
is. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
But Berto walked out on Escobar and like they were staring each other down. There was tension, dude. I'm so hyped, bro.
He walked out on us. Was he tag teaming with Escobar? Wait, what?
No, no, no. Okay, no. So after the
Oh,
match,
Santos. I'm over here thinking Andrade. Oh,
yeah,
yeah, sorry.
yeah, no. After the match, Berto and Escobar stare each other down, and it's just like tension, 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 and then like Berto's like, "Man, fuck you," because Escobar was like, "Yo, how'd you lose that, you idiot?" So yeah, just like it's definitely gonna be a churn
Glad that
soon.
Legato is getting back on TV because yeah, they were just being pushed into the sidelines and everything, and yeah, not really at the forefront. It's been a minute since they've like had a full front storyline, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. Like, give me more Andrade as well because like
Yeah,
amazing, and I'm glad that like him tag teaming with Phoenix like that. Yeah, it's even better.
true.
Speaking of another tag team, Fraxium pinned the Street Profits.
Damn right they did.
Pinning
Damn
champions in a
fucking
non-champion match,
right.
man. They're gonna be the champions soon,
I
for
want them to be.
sure. For sure, dude. Fraxium is like one of my favorite tag teams right now.
They're
Probably
the
my
best tag
favorite.
team.
Up there with Motor City Machine Guns, but like, yeah, I've been enjoying
Dude,
them for a very long time. I didn't have
I've been
much about
telling you,
that, but
man. They're
I believe it,
incredible.
man.
I've been telling you, man.
I've
They're
been believing it,
incredible.
man.
Okay,
I never doubted you. Yeah,
like I legit want to see them win the tag titles like
they
as soon
definitely
as
will.
possible. Like
They
as
definitely
soon as
will. It'll
possible.
definitely be like it's obviously going to be probably only defended on a SmackDown since they don't know how to, you know, put SmackDown titles on a damn PLE. But I mean, I could potentially see that
Yeah.
at SmackDown, the Saturday Night's Main Event, since not every match card has been announced yet. Because I think the only thing that's been announced is Logan Paul and Jay. Something on Monday we'll talk about, and then
Yeah.
Cena and no, actually Cena hasn't even been confirmed yet.
No. Yeah. No. It's only
No,
two
Cena's
matches.
not even got one confirmed yet. So like he's gonna be there. He's on the poster, but we don't know who he's facing yet. But we'll probably figure
Yeah.
it out this coming Monday because he was not here this Monday or
No.
Friday. He could show up Friday because I mean
Yeah.
he goes anywhere and Randy's on mostly on SmackDown anyway. And
Yeah. True. But I think their
yeah,
feud's done. So
their feud's probably done. It was a one last time thing anyway. But
yeah.
speaking of that, I don't think I have anything else for SmackDown. I have the John Cena promo.
The
We had a
same.
decoy Randy Orton.
Yeah. By the way, nobody thought that was. I swear, no. There's no reasonable person who, when they saw that, was like, "Yeah, that's Randy Orton in that mask." No, man, that guy is way skinnier than Randy Orton. I know Randy Orton's muscles. I know how
What's the
beefed up that
point to
boy
even put
is.
a mask on him if it's Randy? Also, yeah, he wasn't as big as Randy either. Like you can be small, but he wasn't huge. The dude didn't wasn't huge at all.
It was
Um,
obviously not
but I
Randy.
believe
But
I see rumors confirming that like it was Sean Spears. People thought it was
that's
Miles
cool.
Bourne from NXT, who looks like Randy in a way, but I'm like,
Who's also on
he's
top right now. But yeah,
yeah, he's also like getting his break out in NXT. So to throw him up to the main roster as a decoy like that randomly is random. But Sean Spears has been off TV, so like I don't know if this is his call up, but I think they were just doing that to trick
no, it's
Cena.
just a thing.
Yeah, Cena
It's
obviously
like how
got the
they
upper
have.
hand because
Yeah,
Cena
sorry.
was like he got the upper hand, and then Cena continued his promo, and then Randy comes out, the real Randy, and then hits the RKO.
Yeah,
Um, great. I mean, it was a great show before Backlash, but other than that, nothing much happened. But Alexa Bliss's return caught me off guard because I was like, she hasn't been on TV since Elimination or after Elimination Chamber. What's going on here? And then it's like, oh, and she's back. So maybe they're potentially leading to something. Maybe something will happen this Friday. We have no idea. Could be leading to a
yeah,
match for Saturday night's main event because I want to see her in more matches. But
true.
um,
Yeah, that's all I
that's all I
got
have for
for
SmackDown.
SmackDown. Yeah, we can move on.
Well, I guess we'll go ahead and go into Backlash since it literally follows the next night.
Mhm.
Um, makes sense instead of me just going to Raw and then circling back. I think because
Yeah,
it just helps it out. This may be a shorter podcast, but I mean, hey, it's okay if we have a shorter podcast some weeks.
true.
But we will start out, of course.
With the goat. Say it. Say it. The goat.
The Fatal 4-Way match. Well, I was gonna say, are you calling yourself the GOAT because you won the championship? Because I was gonna
No,
start that
no,
off with
no, no,
saying,
no,
of
no, no, no,
course.
no. I'm talking about Dom. I'm talking about dirty damn
First
Dom.
of all, sir, that's not how the show started. I don't even think you need to do that. We're starting off with the matches of how they win order, sir. So you
I
can
thought Dom and Penta was first. Oh, my
nope.
bad.
So you can shut the
I
fuck up.
have
No,
my order wrong. I have my order wrong. I'm
you
sorry,
do.
everyone.
You do. You should
I'm
be. So you can
sorry.
shut your fucking mouth. No, I'm kidding. Uh,
Okay.
the hostility. Give me that fucking belt. Anyways, I'm gonna get it. Now I was gonna open this with like, well, as you can tell from the results, he's the champion because I'm a dumbass. So,
Sure.
wow. All right. Um, but we opened up, which was surprising me because I thought Gunther and Pat were at least going to open up since it's a non-title. But the Fatal 4-Way opened up. Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, Damian Priest. This was an awesome fucking match. Like we already know what Jacob Fatu and LA Knight can do together, but all four of these guys complemented each other so well in this match. Like
True.
every spot, there was a spot that I missed where they had all their finishers, but I eventually got to see it later. But
Yeah, that
this
spot was
one
incredible,
was a great match. Like I
dude.
love the hell out of this. It's probably my favorite on the card versus some of them, like the main
I
event
agree with
even.
that. I agree
But
with that.
that's not even the big moment in this shit.
Oh
Well, there's
no,
two big
man.
moments. There's two big moments here. One, Damian Priest and Drew literally nearly kill each other. They now funny things when I say nearly is because someone pointed out that spot that Drew did with going through the table is that he did not hit the full table, that his head kind of hit the
Yeah,
concrete when he
yeah,
landed. I
yeah. I
don't
watched
know
that back.
anything on him. I don't know if there's any updates, but someone said talked to him back. Oh yeah, Triple H said on the press conference that Drew was okay. He took a bump, but there's no concussion, there's no bleeding, there's no nothing. So it's just a spot that's wrong, but he's all right. But that's not
Yeah.
even the craziest part. Jeff fucking Cobb
Holy shit, bro.
is here, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody knows who Jeff Cobb is because
What?
no, I said if nobody knows. I said if
Oh,
nobody knows who
okay.
Jeff Cobb is. Usually you'd find him on the indies, but he was also in AEW. This man is a fucking psychopath. This, like, we say this about Jacob Fatu. This man is another psychopath. Um, what you predicted that Solo Sokoa would get involved in this match, he
What you
eventually
did?
did, but now also Jeff Cobb got involved, and there's a huge stare down between him and Jacob. Now there's history there because on the indie scene, him and Jeff, well, they have tension and beef, and pulling in Jeff, Solo pulls in Jeff. Well, this is definitely going to piss off Jacob at some point, and this is definitely going to be that first step leading from Jacob splitting off from Solo. And he was probably already thinking about that shit, but man, oh man, this those two fighting, if it ever gets to that, that's going to be fucking insane because if you've seen Jeff Cobb's moveset, these big dudes being able to do this shit is the most insane thing ever.
Yep.
And yes, he may look like Rhino, but he's not Rhino. Stop calling him Rhino. Everyone's
People
saying
are
he looks like
calling him
Rhino.
Rhino.
Yeah, because he's got that black hair and then the mustache, and like him and Rhino kind of have that like not Hispanic, but like Hispanic look features. It's that the mustache, dude. It's just like they just look like that. But I'm just like, man, oh man. If I didn't think they add more people, if we get another one, it's like, and he's a free agent. He's not, yeah, he's a free agent mostly. I mean, pretty much how they came in, but
Yeah.
and then of course
True.
Jacob Fatu picks up the win because he's the goat. But like Damian Priest and Drew are dead out in the stands, and that distraction, of course, gets the Jacob gets the upper hand on LA Knight and pins him there. But it was a great fucking match. Great match. That ending as well. But
Yeah,
Jacob
for sure.
retains.
Yeah, I think the the fatal four way. I don't know why I keep getting fucked up and saying triple. Anyway, I think the fatal four way was definitely the best match from an in ring perspective of the night. Actually, well, yeah, I think it was definitely like one of the best matches of the night for sure. Um, I loved like every portion of the match. I love the finisher part. I loved the Damian Drew spot. I love that Jeff Cobb showed up. I think it's definitely going to be something where Jacob gets jealous because he did not look happy when Jeff Cobb helped him, like
No,
at
it's like a
all.
replacement thing. It's like it's another big guy, and it's like he looks like he's like they're not a mirrored image of each other, but like they also have history on the indies. So like Jacob seeing that like you're bringing in probably one of my enemies to be a part of your bloodline or whatever. It's like there's gonna be tension there, and then
Yeah,
yeah. So
it's definitely something
and
interesting.
you were wrong. You even said it during our watch party. You were like, "Well, the bloodline is not dead," because we were
Yeah.
thinking. You even said it on the podcast. You're like, "I think the bloodline's gone. I think it's it's dead." And then Jeff Cobb comes out. It was like, "Well, it's a
Yeah.
big show."
That did not age too well, did it? Huh?
It did not.
Hey,
uh,
I get things wrong sometimes.
well, I mean, I thought it was too because I was like, because you have Zilla Fatu out there around somewhere, you have another Fatu or something like that, or a non Fatu, but like he's Samoan. But like I know about Jeff Cobb, but I was like, he wasn't on my mind. Like he wasn't on my mind at
My
first.
mind's
And
eye.
yeah, my mind's eye. You've been saying that a lot. You okay?
Well, I mean, I don't want to bring it up right now, but we have a new Darth Maul show announced. So, I'm just
Oh,
yeah.
really?
Anyway, wait, you didn't know
Is it
this?
no? Was it announced at like the Star Wars celebration or
Yeah. Okay, I didn't find out about this until like days after the Star Wars celebration, but they announced a Darth Maul show. And listen, I haven't watched anything Star Wars in like years, but dude, Darth Maul's my favorite Star Wars character ever. He's getting his own show. It's gonna be animated. I'm so hype.
is
You
Sam
bet your ass
Witwer
I'm watching
voicing
this.
him? Is Sam
I
Witwer voicing?
I
Because if
don't
it
know.
ain't him, then it ain't. I mean, I'm not saying it ain't gonna be good, but if it ain't Sam Witwer, he's the voice. He's Star Killer. He's Darth Maul. Give it that man. I hope that man's voicing him. But speaking of another, I would say another animated show. They're working on a Spider-Man noir from live action show, and it's gonna be Nicolas Cage that's gonna be voicing him.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know if he's gonna be like him as well. I know like Spider-Man Noir rarely takes off the mask, so we probably won't have to worry about that or ever takes off the mask. So like, I don't know if it's gonna be Nick Cage doing the stunts. I highly doubt it because that man has gotten older, but he will be doing the voice. So it's like I don't know if it's gonna tie in with Spider Verse because it's gonna be set during his time, obviously the 1930s. But yeah,
Yeah.
live action Spider-Man Noir, and it will have Nicolas Cage. I was like, if it ain't Nicolas Cage, then nope. But
Fair enough.
I was I'll be very interested in that Darth Maul show. When, do you know what it's supposed to be like set between?
No, actually, I have no like I know nothing about it. All I saw was like the trailer, so
I would assume it would have to be set after Clone Wars before it got around Rebels. If you think about it,
probably.
because yeah, after during Clone Wars, obviously he's he's saved from the trash planet or whatever it's called, and then the junk planet or whatever, and then then he's obviously his story continues in Clone Wars, so could be set probably before. Because since there's events that we don't know that have it off screen, they can make those up and say, "Hey, this is what Maul went through before Rebels or something."
Yeah, true.
You know who's
That is.
animating it or who's like producing it? Is it Filoni or something? Or
I literally know nothing. I
oh,
only watched the trailer, and I
oh,
was
okay,
like, "Hell yeah, man! I'm
all right,
I'm so hyped."
that might be cool. That
So
might be cool then.
yeah.
Back to Backlash. Sorry for
Oh
the
yeah.
intermission, people. You love to listen to us.
Yeah.
um, yeah. The next match was the Becky Lynch versus Lyra, correct?
You're the one who has the correct list, not me. But
I don't even have a list. I'm thinking.
I think it was.
No, I
So
think it was because then after that it was Dom and
Pat and
Penta, and then
Gunther.
Gunther and
No,
Pat.
no, no,
Okay,
no, no. It was Pat. Was it? I thought it was Pat and Gunther.
Pat and Gunther. Yeah, they were before the main event, which
Listen,
was
people, I
weird.
have a really bad memory.
No, it was right. It was like right after that.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I think because I can't remember. Did Pat go back to the announce table after he? No, no, no. Yeah, because at
No.
the end, no, he wasn't even on the announce team. It was Wade Barrett. My bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. After that, it was. But no, yeah. Next was Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria, and this
Hey,
is the
Cook.
match you probably guessed it that got him the belt. Um,
Yes, sir.
this was a good match. I'm not
Hey,
even
Cook.
going to talk about some of the spots that could have been better because these two worked their asses off in this match. So many good, clean spots and shit. Like this referee, Jessica Carr, is the most competent referee we have in
True.
the industry, bro. She was catching all the near cheating shit going on. She was making sure nobody was trying to almost disqualified. She even was like, while like one spot Becky Lynch took the padding off of the turnbuckle, which that rarely happens. That I only see that happen in video games. It's barely even happened in a while. Took that shit off, threw it down. Jessica Carr got out, and like Lyra Valkyria hit a move, and she's like, "Well, shit, I got a pin. Fuck this damn thing." And she went back down and started like hitting the pin, and she was just
Damn
so
right.
competent this whole time. Like I'm not no hate to like the male referees, but like two of y'all got knocked out this night. The one guy who gets knocked out all the damn time, man, I hope he has a higher pay than all of them because holy shit, he gets knocked out a lot. But she just was so competent. Like she knew, like she was that kind of wrestler you want that like knows what's happening. But it was a great match. There was some like weird, moves and stuff. They were rolling around, but they were like doing traditional kind of wrestling stuff, which I enjoyed. And they were surprising me with stuff like that I didn't think that I hadn't seen from Lyra in a while. Because Lyra can do shit, but like Becky was doing stuff, and I was like, so many manhandle slams. She like
Yeah.
she like reversed all of her moves like 3 times. She tried to like hit her with a manhandle slam 3 times. I don't know if that's Becky's finisher anymore. Like she just
I
kept
think it
using that shit. I was
is.
like, where? There's more to her moveset. What is going on? But she just kept using it. She's probably a fan of the Rock. That's what the manhandle slam is. It's a rock bottom
The
of her own. But
Rock
um,
said,
I mean, it's Uranagi. I mean, that's a common move, but still, like, she just kept using that shit. And then they got into a submission battle and scuffle and roll, and all that and stuff. And there was a lot of like near falls too, like, were making me think like, oh, Becky might win. No, Bailey came out. I was thinking that was going to happen. Um, Shout out to Bailey, man. I hope you really get something big. Like, you deserve something big for being left off Mania, but if Evolution pops up, that's a good opportunity for a Becky versus Bailey. Because that's clearly what this is leading to, since she keeps talking about Bailey and
yeah,
alluding to, like, I hate you, Bailey. Like, it's gonna happen at some point. Um,
true.
but Bailey picked up,
Also,
what happened?
oh, yeah. Continue.
Oh, I was gonna say Becky took the loss. Lyra won. That's what got him the belt. Like, he was already decided there. He was like, yeah! And it was like, well, because we only had one match between us that like decided it, so it was like that was the second match. I was like, well, and at that point, I wasn't even like that upset. I was just like, we finally have a fucking champion.
Yeah.
I want to get it back, but I'm glad we have a champion
You
because
wish.
now if anytime there's a tie or anything, he retains. They don't have to worry about vacating it ever again.
Damn right. Damn right.
Unless, like, I don't know, he gets kayfabe injured. We're not going to do that here. He just, if he dies in a game or something, he just loses it now.
I died.
It was a great match, but like, yeah, it didn't need Bailey, but like, I thought because she was like talked about so much that she was going to show up because she's not really
Well, no,
injured
she's
people.
garbage according to Becky. So.
She's garbage. She's trash. Yes, dude.
No, but I think I listen. I loved Becky and Lyra. I think it was a perfect match. Like I literally have no complaints about this entire show. There's not much for me to say for this show because literally I thought it was perfect. I thought every decision was right. I thought every match was honestly pretty decent. I thought
Every
everything
match
was just
delivered. I'm not even gonna
incredible.
lie.
Yeah, like it
There's
was.
too many
I had
missed
nothing
criticisms on
bad.
this damn PLE. All these matches didn't have any sleepers, weren't boring, and the majority I saw was like people shitting on um Pat's match and Becky's match. One, I think with Becky's match, y'all just don't like women fighting, and two, you hate too much on Pat McAfee who can actually wrestle in the ring. And then you
True.
don't like Gunther because his character's boring. It's not a gimmick. Well, who cares? Not everyone can have a gimmick that you like. I'm not even trying to get
Yeah.
into a rant period here, but like still, not everyone's going to be a character that's flashy like Jey Uso. It's like, yeah, we love him, but it's like Gunther is a great character and a great heel. So,
True.
you know,
Also, people need to shut up now. You can't fucking say Becky Hogan name. That's I thought that was
I'm
stupid in the
tired of
first
that.
place. But
Yeah.
now the fact that she literally put over young talent, something that, by the way, Charlotte Flair wouldn't like fucking struggle to do. But no, Becky put her all into that match, made Lyra look good, not just try to go into business for herself and make Lyra look bad like fucking Charlotte did. I'm just saying, if you like, don't call Charlotte Hogan or anything else anything either, but like, it's still like Becky Hogan is so stupid. It's genuinely retarded. Yeah.
No, from what I see, and even like, there are people who follow Charlotte who like her. Like, I follow her on like Twitter, and there's some positive comments because she's just posting as herself. Like,
Well,
there's
I like
people that
Charlotte.
enjoy seeing her. It's just the storylines that she's in. I think she tries a little too hard in the promos to not make you. I think it's just like the community versus social media about Charlotte. Like, there's people who actually like Charlotte and enjoy seeing her, but then when it gets to where she's in the ring and then like the storylines that they give her, where it's like, all right, she's in this storyline where she is going to get what she wants. She does not care about anyone but herself. So that's what makes you hate her. If at some point she turned face, which is not going to happen in a long shot, they would get behind her. It's like, I feel like there's a point where she's probably talked to them about that because regardless if that's her character, you can't help but sometimes think that they might get tired of the booze. Dom loves the fucking booze. He's a whole different story. He loves that shit. With Charlotte, it's kind of sometimes you can see it a little bit that like that promo
It
she
gets
cut on
through.
SmackDown in a way could have been real between a work.
Oh, it totally
And
gets through.
yeah, she's definitely frustrated. But it could also be things where it's like she probably wants a change for her character. And maybe if the Jade feud happens, maybe that'll help it. Maybe that'll help it. She doesn't deserve the amount of hate that she gets. It's like I get it. I was hard
I
on it
agree.
a couple of maybe weeks ago when I spoke about it, like her WrestleMania and stuff. That's just that was a feud that was like also having issues in real life in the backstage. So it was like I was kind of tired of her shit at that point. But like it's like you got to look at it like she is a great competitor, and it's just how she was booked by Vince and some people to have to be like this. She's more over egotistical than Ric Flair ever was. It's like it's a more bigger ego than his in a
Yeah,
sense. So it's like she's great, but it's just like the angle that they put her in is like it's what hurts her a little bit, and that's why
true.
people don't like her. But
Yeah,
I think she's great.
I think she's great too. I just
Same with Becky. I think she's great. And even the promo she hit on Raw, like, even proved that she's great. Like, her heel work right now is better. It's
sure.
crazy to say that her and John Cena are heels right now. Since she's like not the female John, but like of the women's division. At one point, she was considered that, like the man, like the man, like the superhero of the women's division. Like you could say it if you wanted to. You can't compare them, but like you could say if there's a face of the men's would be John Cena, and at that time the face of the women, Becky, like the
Yeah.
veteran. I mean, but like it's like
Plus,
so
Becky is just like her. Or she's right. Let's be honest. She's right with what she's saying, especially during that promo on Raw. She's literally in the right, and anyone who doesn't think so does not
no,
understand
the
how
whole
life
thing when she
works.
was like yeah, because they were behind her where it was like yeah, y'all wanted me to be, Becky Two Belts, or you guys were with me on the journey, and then when it happened, you turned sour. It's like kind of like a parallel to what Cena's trying to say, even though he's right, but also like not
He's right too.
necessarily because he's right.
No, he's right.
Well, he's right,
He's right.
but he's going off of a certain period because at certain point we did change back and wanted him back. So it is the same kind of thing, but like for Becky, it's like we wanted her to be the champion, and then she became champion, and then we're like, oh, this shit sucks. But then like with John, it was like we kind of wanted him to stop being champion and burying people. Um,
Yeah.
it parallels each other, yeah, but in some ways it's different with John. But Becky, it's like very much justified, and hating Bailey because Bailey was a heel at the time. So like, how
And
dare
hitting
you
Lyra
team with
for
her?
teaming with Bailey, yeah. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Justified heels. That's what Triple H
Justified.
loves.
But after that match ended, she tried to, well, tried in a way break Lyra's arm until everyone came out. They love telling us that the corporate guys are back there because they send them out every match. They love sending out Jason Jordan. They love giving him. I don't even know if that's his real name anymore, but they love sending him out there, and Jamie Noble and all of those guys, Nick Aldis if they need to. Like they just send all those guys out. Um, Adam Pierce as well. Like they send all these people out. I love it when they do that. It's so funny. There's like I
Yeah.
love because Vince used to do that shit. They'd send like all the staff out. I love that Triple H is still doing it too. It's funny as hell.
Truly.
Especially I
Truly a
think
wonder.
they did that like with when Drew and Damien did it. They all were out there in like
Yeah.
5 seconds, like they were already running and shit. I was like, damn, I love some Jason Jordan in a suit.
Okay.
um, that match was really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to pick up that feud again, but Lyra wasn't there on Raw. But we'll have to see what Becky
I
goes
wouldn't
from here
mind
on
if you
out.
did.
It wouldn't hurt. I mean, this is the first time they've only fought, so like having it again. I mean, I wouldn't complain since we've only seen it once.
Yeah, same. Um,
Um, yeah,
Gunther versus Pat.
Gunther for. Well, do you want to go to that one or Dom first? Because that one was before the main event.
Oh yeah, you're right. Fuck.
Yeah,
I have my order wrong. I'm so sorry.
yeah. No,
Anyway.
Gunther and Pat were definitely. People are going to probably correct me, but Gunther and Pat were before the main
Yeah,
event.
yeah.
So, but no, Dom and Penta.
Dom versus Penta. Yeah, yeah. Dom the GOAT. He's
Dom
my
the goat.
GOAT.
He
The
retained.
greatest of all time. The best luchador ever. The best IC title holder ever. The best wrestler ever. And you're damn right that he stayed the IC champ. Because
That's right.
he is the GOAT.
He is the goat. An amazing match. Now I kind of understand what some people were kind of saying here with like he's already beaten Penta a lot.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying.
It did feel like a Monday Night Raw ending to a match because people got involved again. However, um, it was Grande Americano, Grande Gable. You know, your boy.
Bro is
Dude,
saying
I
some
have
weird
no idea what
shit.
you're talking about, dude. We
Bro
know
is
this by
saying
now.
some
One
bullshit,
day we're
bro.
gonna
That
figure it
is
out. I
not true.
swear it's gonna be SummerSlam 2025. He's gonna be his mask is gonna be taken off, and it's
And
gonna
it
be Chad
won't
Gable.
be Chad.
And I
It will
cannot wait to
not
come
be
back to
Chatty
every
Daddy.
single
It will
debate
not
about
be
this and
Chatty
prove
Daddy.
you wrong.
I can't wait. I can't wait because you're gonna be
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
I can't wait. You're gonna
You
be
know
so
what?
wrong.
Well, whoever's right gets the championship. No, that's a desperate
Okay.
attempt to get that belt back. I'll have it before SummerSlam. Don't you worry.
You will
Um,
not.
and that's gonna be hard because Money in the Bank
And then Night of Champions like right
choosing
after.
choosing a Money in the Bank winner. Oh,
Yep.
even though we'll have people we might know who could do it, but I'm telling you right now, if Karrion Cross is out of that list, well, fucking hell, he better win. I just
Yep.
really hope they don't do a whole LA Knight angle where it's like, oh, we want LA Knight to win, and then he doesn't, and then his year is until next year because he didn't win that thing, and then the next year he became the damn Money in the Bank guy. Please do
Yep.
not make the Money in the Bank shit this year. Please do not just use it for a moment for a
Please.
rivalry thing. Like, don't do the same shit you did with Drew McIntyre. They made that whole shit worthless
I still
last
think
year.
that's like the worst booking
like
decision
Tiffany's
of 2024.
hold of it was good, but it started getting like very lackluster near the end because we're like, dude, fucking cash in already. And she didn't even cash in near a big pay-per-view. She cashed in like after SummerSlam, before Mania, and then the build-up between her and Charlotte was completely shit. Like,
Yeah.
if they cashed in beforehand, I get it. Charlotte needed to recover because her knee was still fucked up. If that's what they were going for, they probably would have done it early, but still, it's like, ugh. Last minute booking
Ye-
probably, but still, like the build up should have been better. But I hope this year whoever, to be honest, I couldn't even tell you who could win Money in the Bank. But if I were to think of one,
Austin Theory.
well, uh, he could redeem himself, yeah, because his first one was
I'm
shit.
kidding. No.
Oh, well, if he did, he could redeem himself, but no. I was thinking of women's, but the only person I could really think of is Rhea Ripley since she hasn't had that yet. But
No. No.
for female,
Julia. Give me Julia
I
Roxanne.
don't think they're going to put them in there that early. Especially maybe
I
Roxanne, but not Julia.
I
Not
think they'll put
because
them in there.
not they could, but I don't see that happening yet. It's like I get it; they're bringing these women up, but if anything, Julia is still going for Stephanie. We'll talk. There's some
Well,
things going
I
on with Stephanie
I don't think so, but
or Julia. I mean, but I don't know. I know because I love to
I
see
think
these.
she's full main roster now. I do.
Roxanne is, but not Julia.
No, I think Julia's like full main roster
After
now.
what happened on Raw between that, I don't know if she is.
I'm pretty sure she
If
is.
so, that's a very fast call up, but we need at least a draft or something because until a draft happens, she's
No,
not main roster
don't
yet.
wish for the dumbass draft.
But you can't.
That's just
They're
ass.
still NXT bound because until they say that she's a part of Raw, which she's not, then I can't really say they're main roster yet.
Yeah, but they haven't really said Roxanne's a part of Raw either.
I just think they don't have anything to do with her in NXT. They did before they released Cora, but here we are.
Well, no, but I genuinely do think it's just a call up and they're gonna be like a tag team on the main roster right
Well,
now.
I don't know if they would. They'd have to really like. I know she can feud with so many people because yeah, that could lead to her feuding with EO for the title, which would be a great match, a one-on-one match. But I just don't know if that. And we'll have to see really who's going to be the lineup because I'm pretty sure since it's right around the corner, the qualifying matches are going to happen probably next week.
Yeah, for sure.
Even though they
Actually,
haven't,
no. They would they? Oh yeah, I guess they
well, they
would.
need to
Dude, why
because
are they having a Saturday? Okay, fuck.
no, that's one thing that they need to start them at least this. They haven't announced that there are any this coming week, but like today. Today is the 14th, right? Okay, and then if it's June 7th, they need to start the qualifying matches now, this
Yeah,
Friday. Like they
yeah.
need to, unless they're just like, oh,
Or
we're gonna
next
draw
Monday.
names. Like they need to like start it now. The 7th is in 2 weeks, so they need to at least have a qualifying match the 16th, the 19th, the 26th, and the 30th. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
3 weeks because 19, 23, 26, 30, the second. Okay, so they have 3 weeks, but still, it's not. They need to get on it now because you have 6 men and 6 women. So
True.
yeah, you have a lot to do. Unless you have 2 matches each night, that's a lot. But they need to hurry the hell up. So if they
Yeah.
want to get those qualifying matches, but I could potentially see Rhea in it because she's obviously eyeing up EO again. But we'll get into that. We'll finish Backlash. But
Yeah, no.
so yeah, um, of course Dominic retained. He was helped by Grande Americano,
Damn right.
Chad.
Damn right. Judgment Day is
And
perfect.
Judgment Day was out there. Finn
I
Balor
love
took too
Judgment Day.
damn long to hit the
Finn
guy
Balor.
with
Finn
Pin.
Balor.
Finn Balor took too damn long to
There you go.
hit Penta with the steel chair. And the same referee who kicked him out of ringside on Monday Night Raw was the same referee in this match. And he said, you, get out of here. The same thing. I love it when that happens, man.
I
The same
love it too.
referee. I'm loving these competent refs, but he took too damn long because the referee turned around. And
Yeah.
that didn't work out so well. So they got ejected. But while that was kind of was happening, Grande Americano came out of nowhere, headbutted Penta. I'm guessing that he had the steel plate in his mask, like always, and
Damn right.
frog splash. 1, 2, 3, and Dom retains.
Hell
Amazing.
yeah.
Also, in that match, Dom hit Oblivion.
He did. Indeed.
Dom hit Oblivion, compliments of his TV girlfriend, Liv Morgan. Uh, that was a great match. But it felt like a
Fantastic.
Monday Night Raw based match since we've seen him be. I like Penta being on a PLE. I'm not going to lie. And Dom being on more PLEs. It did feel like that Monday Night Raw ending because that already happened the Monday Night Raw
But I'm
before.
fine with it.
It was fine with it, yeah. It just like I'm not saying it shouldn't have been on the card, but I'm just saying like it had that ending. I still enjoyed myself, but it had
Yeah.
that ending factor to it. But you know, it's definitely leading
Nah.
to a Grande pin to Matt. Well, they had that on Raw. My bad, but
Yeah, bro.
whoops.
Well, no,
But
wait. It wasn't El Grande versus Penta. What are you talking about?
oh
It was
yeah,
Chico versus
yeah, my
Penta.
bad. Chad Gable.
What the fuck? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You're funny, dude. You're hilarious. Okay, well, it can lead to a Grande versus Penta match.
It
And yeah,
can.
you almost agreed with me. So don't even sit
No,
here.
no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't.
you
I just
did.
forgot. I just
Oh,
forgot. You know I
yeah,
have bad memory. You
sure.
know I have
I
bad
said,
memory.
yeah. Run it back, people. I sat here and said that he faced him on Raw, and he was like, oh, yeah. Wait, no.
I just have
Mm-hmm.
bad memory. I thought it was El Grande, but no, it was Chad. It was
Using
Chad.
your
It was Chad.
brain against me. Using your bad brain against me to get
Damn
over
right.
your.
Damn
All
right.
right. Um, Gunther
Gunther versus Pat.
versus Pat McAfee. Uh,
Good.
no, they killed it.
Fantastic.
They brought their all on this one. I mean, this was probably the most that I've seen Pat be dedicated to this shit. More like he's always been, but this is the most I've seen him dedicated to this. And
I have one complaint.
what is that?
I found actually I found two complaints.
Oh no.
Um, y- okay, I had no complaints for this PLE, but now that I'm thinking about it, I have a complaint. And it's the
Okay.
same complaint I had for Seth and the Sammy thing on Raw. I needed
No
blood.
blood.
I wanted Pat to be
Yeah.
dead. I didn't want to see Pat on TV for at least 4 weeks. That's all I'm saying.
Thing is, yeah,
But
that's what I was saying. I thought he was going to be written off, but that man was like, after he lost, he got back up after it ended because, like, he passed out. The finish wasn't like he didn't tap, but he passed out,
well,
which made
yeah.
Gunther obviously look stronger. But after that was over, the man was on his feet, to shake hands with Gunther. And I'm like, I was expecting you to be dead, taken on a stretcher away, and then we wouldn't see you on TV until after the end of a football season. Apparently, that's not the case because he came
I
back
take my
on Raw.
complaint back. I take my complaint back. I actually like it. So, dude, I'm fucking. I don't know where my head
I
is at right
don't
now.
know you anymore. What do you mean you? Okay, so you didn't get blood, but now you don't care.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking about it, right? And I'm like, well, actually, I think it was cool because it was like the whole like proving thing of where Gunther like disrespects Pat, but Pat can actually go, and it's like basically proving that Gunther should respect commentators because when it comes down to it, they can fight in the ring if
And
they
that's what
need
happened. Yeah.
to. Yeah, so I think it's actually good storytelling now that I'm thinking about it. Oh my
No, it is.
god. Holy shit, bro. It's a
Yeah.
perfect Billy. It's a perfect Billy. It's a
and
perfect
it and
Billy.
it worked really like well as and like I mean they respect each other, and it usually comes around that like he'll respect people. He just doesn't respect Jay yet, and we'll get into that later after Backlash. But
Yeah.
no, it was a good match, and the I knew the finish was going to be the finish.
Same.
You have to make Gunther look strong. If they make him
I ca
lose to
Yeah, you can attest. I called it right at the beginning of
yeah.
the match.
If
I
you
was
make
like,
him lose, yeah, at first because you've done that before where you're like, it's not going to be good, and then it turns out to be good. I'm like, stop doubting yourself, stop doubting the WWE. I know they have hits and misses, but this PLE was like I wasn't like upset out of like I get it, yeah, I got the Lyra Becky thing wrong in my prediction, but like that's the only thing. But like I wasn't upset after every match. Like I wasn't like there was never a spot where like there's nothing like oh this sucks. There's nothing like I wasn't complaining at all this entire PLE. I enjoyed it. And the Gunther and Pat one definitely delivered, and I was actually more respective of Gunther and Pat after it ended. And the Michael Cole shit, him getting involved, dude. And then I remember I was commenting, I was like, bro, Wade. You're bigger and probably faster than Michael. Get the hell in there. What are
You
you
were, you
doing?
were
I'm glad.
screaming.
I was kind of glad that would be a cool match. I'm not even gonna lie to you. If Wade Barrett can still go, him versus Gunther, bro, he would probably take the loss. But him versus Gunther, come on, man. Wade Barrett can probably still go. I mean, even Aldis can go, and Aldis is probably going to face Randy soon because man, that entering in the main event, John Cena, of course, defeats Randy. But there's so many things that happen in this match,
Uh,
like. Not even telling you how many times the referee died. Um,
yeah.
this match was classic, like classic Randy and Cena. Brought me back to the old days, being a little kid, watching these guys go in and out. Reminded me of 2009 Backlash because, funny enough, that was one of their iconic matches. 2009 Backlash, the I Quit match. Roles were reversed. Randy was the heel, Cena was the face, and now look at where we are. Cena's the heel and Randy's the face. It's like so many good spots. They don't have many, moves to their arsenal. They have their iconic ones, but a lot of attitude adjustments, a lot of RKOs. Randy hit his own attitude adjustment. They botched a table spot, but they did it again. I like that improvisation that they did there.
Yeah, that
Uh,
was cool.
and not even to the point like near the end is what got crazy. This man, like the referee, got knocked out a third time or something. They had to bring in another one. And then John Cena's setting up the title spot, knocks Randy out with it, or no, knocks the referee out with it. And then there's another fucking referees out. And then all this shit's happening. And then all of these people come out to check up on the refs. Of course, like here come the corporate guys again. Uh, Randy's fucking furious because I think he hit another RKO or something and he pinned
Yeah.
John Cena and then
The ref wasn't, yeah.
the ref wasn't in and he was just really pissed off, but everybody was running in trying to check up on the refs instead of sending in another ref. But uh, they all came out there and then like shit was going on and then Randy was freaking the hell out and like I think Aldis was trying to tell him to calm down or something. And then he RKO's Aldis. Here goes another fine, probably, or a match. Could be a match. We could finally get Aldis versus Randy. That would be something I'd see at a Saturday Night's main event if you think about it, honestly.
Yeah.
But probably not likely since they don't have that much
True.
time to build it up. But um then he RKO'd every dude who was there, like, he got RKO'd all the guys in the suits and shit. And then he teases the punt twice in this damn match. I'm really ready to
Yeah.
see this shit. I need to see this shit. I don't know who it's gonna
Well,
be
that's the
on.
point. That's why they're teasing you because they want you to
Yeah,
see it more.
I feel like it was gonna happen at Mania with Kevin, but
It
I don't
definitely
think.
was.
But honestly, I don't know because given the fact that people probably knew about Kevin's neck problems beforehand, they probably were never going to do it at Mania if you think about it.
No, they would.
But you think they still would, given that his neck
Yeah.
was all messed up?
Yes.
Would you think like for he would agree to do it?
Yeah.
I mean, he is committed. He's one of the best. He
Bro,
would probably,
he's have you seen the spots he's taken, bro?
yeah. Well, yeah, the spot he
Like,
took with Cody through the ladder and his neck was already fucked,
exactly.
which I
Yeah.
think that's what made it worse from that time. But
Probably. Yeah.
um, yeah, they're teasing the punt. I thought they were gonna hit on John because I can't think of who he could hit it on really, like because it's a damaging move. If he hits it and wins with it,
Aldous?
that person, yeah. But think about it, the punt is deadly. It's banned for a reason. It's coming
Yeah.
back because we want to see that side of Orton. He could do that, but that would require Aldis being out for a while, and then you probably have a double general manager like Pierce or something, and you don't like Pierce. Pierce is the goat.
I never said that. What?
You don't like Pierce.
You're the one who doesn't like Pierce. What are we talking about? Why are you trying to flip this random
Oh, I like
narrative on
Aldis. My
me?
bad. I don't like Pierce. I like Aldis.
Uh, what is this narrative? What is? I'm so lost.
I
I'm so
gaslit him, ladies
lost.
and gentlemen. I
I,
gaslit him, and
you
he doesn't
did.
even
What
know
the?
it.
What the fuck?
Anyways, so back to John Cena and Randy Orton. This guy can chill for a minute. Yeah. I was trying to make you the face for a second, but you're the heel. Anyways, but yeah, after that, like, and then Randy was gonna hit the punt. We're gonna probably see that one day. R-Truth came out. R-Truth was like, leave him alone. You don't know. Like, you don't understand. And then this and that. And then Randy's like, dude, get out of here. And then Randy, the voices are talking. Hits that RKO on R-Truth. And oh my God, so much
I
shit's
love
happening.
it. I
Um,
love it.
I can't remember what happened after that because, oh no, did that happen and then they came out? Did that
Huh?
happen and they can't come out?
What do you mean?
Like what happened with R-Truth and then um okay, so did he RKO people and then R-Truth came out?
Yes.
Okay, so what happened afterwards?
After our truth came out, John Cena grabbed the title, hit
Okay,
Randy in
yeah.
the face, and then won off that while a
Oh no,
referee.
he low blowed him. Yeah, he hit him with a low
Yeah,
blow.
yeah, low blow him and then
And then he went
hit
and
him
got
with
the
the
title.
title.
So yes, he
Yeah.
and then yeah, he hit him with the title just like Cody. And then he pinned him and the referee took a long time to get in, but he managed to hit the 3 count. And yes, John Cena once again ended the match like he did at Mania, except for this time, no Travis Scott.
Thank God.
No Travis Scott, so it didn't make this ending worse. Now, I was kind of like in between upset and acceptance of him ending it this way again, but there's a reason. He's a heel, ladies and gentlemen. You're not used to John ending in matches this way because he was never a heel. He said he was going to ruin wrestling. Stop saying, oh, it's just because it's the story of him going to ruin wrestling, they can make excuses to make shit matches. No, it's not a shit match. It can be in your mind it's a shit ending because you don't like when heels cheat. You would rather him end it on an AA, which he did hit when the AA beforehand, and then he hits him later on beforehand with the belt. But still, regardless, he won the match, and at the end, he cut a promo of like, I don't need music, I don't need you, yada yada. And it felt like he was doing an open challenge at that point.
I thought he was going to. I was so
I thought
excited.
someone
I
was
was
gonna
like,
walk
"Ugh."
out. I was like,
Say,
man, the Rock wasn't gonna come out. The Rock doesn't care anymore. But like, just
yeah.
someone comes out, someone returns or something or whatever. But that wasn't the case. But um, it ended the way it was supposed to. He's a heel. If he's gonna be a heel, he's gonna end the match with a belt. I don't know if they're gonna do that every time, which is gonna become predictable at this point.
Uh,
But he's ruining wrestling. That's his whole point. He's supposed to
well, no,
piss you off.
I do think the whole ruin wrestling thing was dumb for WrestleMania because I think that was stupid. It was bad. The ending was actually bad at WrestleMania, but I think this ending was actually good because it wasn't someone like Travis Scott coming out and making it so John Cena won. Whereas this, it's actually just John Cena winning like by his own merit, but he's just using heel tactics, which is what a heel does, by the way. Look at any
No,
other heel dumb one like that.
that's what I was
Yeah,
afraid of. I thought he was gonna eventually walk out and like ruin everything, and then people were like, "Oh, it wasn't that great of a match because Cody didn't come back." I'm like, brother, Cody is taking a break. Leave him alone.
yeah,
Y'all don't understand how many days that man was on TV. He probably missed a couple of like weeks in 1 month or something, or in between months. He was on every single week, opening like having challenges and having opponents every single week. Showed up more times. Like, I mean, sorry to say, but did it show up a lot more than Roman in his time? He did, but not even the point to compare them. It's like he showed up a lot and did a lot of shit. So him having a break is very valid right now. I can't
true.
say that he'll show up by SummerSlam or after it, but he's going to be involved in some way near the end of John Cena's retirement tour. Like near the end, I don't necessarily think he's going to be the guy to come back and dethrone Cena. That would be okay because then that would be an excuse to make Cody a two-time WWE champion, and then he loses it. But I don't know if Cody needs it again. But I right now, since now that Randy's the last person to face him, he's not going to be facing him anymore. I don't know who else can dethrone him at this point. But we'll have to see about that. But that's how that match
Yeah.
ended. And that's Backlash. But I want to say one thing about Backlash. What I will say this is my 10 out of 10 because it did deliver. It
Every
might be a
single aspect.
9.5, I think.
Oh. boy.
But it's like it's roughly I'm pushing
What's your
more to.
complaint? What's your
No,
complaint?
I mean, well, I didn't have much of a complaint to be honest. There's
Exactly.
some
Why is it not a 10 out of
things.
10?
It's like I don't know. I don't feel like I don't really. Honestly, my honest opinion, I didn't have a gripe with much of it. To be honest, I was enjoying myself. So honestly, I think I'm overthinking it. I think it is my 10 out of 10 for this year. I don't have a 10 out of
Exactly.
10 yet, but I think this is definitely the one because just everything delivered. Like the smaller matches, like we were thinking, oh, he's just gonna squash Pat. No, Pat fought back, dude. This man was ready to go, but it's my 10 out
Yeah.
of 10 this year. There could be more probably to beat it, but right now this backlash has won it.
I agree. I think the last time I ever thought like the last time I thought a PLE didn't have a single complaint for a PLE was SummerSlam of last year. That was the last PLE that I didn't have a single complaint for. Everything after SummerSlam of last year, I've had at least some complaint about or like just not liked it like for some kind of reason. But this, I have no complaints. I think everything was just perfect. R-Truth coming out in the John Cena versus Randy Orton match was perfect. I know there's some people that are complaining like, oh, that sucks. He shouldn't have interfered. I'm like, hell yeah, he should have interfered. This is awesome. I want to see R-Truth versus Cena. Also, I want to say that after the show and the press
Yeah,
conference,
the press conference, yeah.
they John basically R-Truth comes up to John Cena and's like, "Yo, I love you, Cena. I'll always support you, even if people say you can't wrestle and you suck." And then John's like, "Ron." In the most like corporate shit ever. By the way, John is so funny as a heel. I
Calls
don't know
him
why.
Ron
I
instead
just
of
find him
Truth is
funny.
crazy.
Yeah, he just like
Oh, he
or
was like
I.
that. He was like, "That's out of line. You're out of line."
You're out
And
of
he was like, "But Cena," and then he picks up Truth and puts him to the table. The most possibly awkward angle you could have because neither of the press conference people did anything or made a noise.
Yeah, no, they were all
It
just
was
silent.
so awkward because it was silent, and then John just stares at everybody, picks up the title, and leaves.
It
Like
says
you
no
could
more
have at least had a
questions.
like a ah! Or like a oh my god, what are you doing? It's like they were just like sitting there like oh shit,
Yeah,
John.
Chris
No,
Van Vliet was in that too. Like, why didn't you say anything, bro? Damn.
it's because like the press conference is like they're still in kayfabe, but the press conference in a way is like you are the like in reality because they're acting like they're asking these questions as if they already aren't. I don't know, dude. It's just like the press conference angle has been weird for me recently. I like that they talk about their shit afterwards, but they're still trying to keep that shit real in the character, but also blend in with real life. And it's just nobody did anything when he picked up. And the funny thing about it is, Truth is silent. He makes a grunt before he's thrown over. It's like when you're in the ring, you can't hear them like the awkward silence that's between both wrestlers because the crowd's going, yeah. In a
Yeah.
press conference when no one's talking and the room is completely like condensed to the microphones and it's silent as hell, it's so awkward because he's just like, and throws him into the table and is like, and then
Ron,
he just walks away and nobody says anything. You just hear like, like the little silence of the room and that's it.
Ron, I have something to tell you.
Ron,
Ron, Ron.
Ron,
Is
you're
that gonna be like our first like meme? Ron,
Ron, you're
Ron,
out of line.
Ron. Listen,
Ron,
you're out of line, Ron. You're out of line, Ron. But no,
that
back
was
to the Randy.
backlash. Woo!
But no, I'm not done.
No, I
Okay,
know, I know.
back to the Randy and John match. I think I know there's gonna be some people that are complaining like, oh, the match was too slow, nothing happened, bro. These IWC fans, these fans that don't understand classic wrestling, haven't watched enough classic wrestling matches, okay? This is classic wrestling. It's a slow build
Bro,
up. That's how wrestling's supposed to
they were
be.
both complimenting each other like they were trying to out heal one another. Like Cena poked him in the eye, and then Randy poked him back harder. And it was like, let me show you how you fucking do it. Like they were both like complimenting each other's move sets and calling back a lot of spots and stuff. Like they were legitimately. And Randy hit 8 RKO's that night. Like, what do you mean nothing happened? Like, I get it, that's near the end, but That's how they always used to fight. You have the build up, they did the traditional lockup at the beginning. Like that's how you always start and they build it. These guys are two veterans in the business right now. You cannot expect them to wrestle like the modern talent today. The modern talent, yeah, they're faster. These guys are a little bit slower because they're older, and that's how old school they are. This
And
match was
it's more
great.
methodical, more
This
build
match
up.
was great. Like it
It's back to like
literally
101 of wrestling, the back to the basics. Like the basics
like
of wrestling
people
is you
people
slowly
think
build it up.
like that Cena was like the same was faster or something. Yeah, he was younger, but like he moved the same way that he does. He's just like a little bit slower and he's doing it in a way where you're like, well, he used to do a lot more, but it's like, well, no, because he doesn't need to do more. He knows he's going to win and he's going to beat people and he'll do anything that he can to win. He's a champion. He's a heel champion, so he's probably going to cheat, but he's not going to give you what you want anymore. It's like he's had the same move set for the last 20 years. I doubt that he's tried anything new. Well, he has before. That dumbass fist thing that he had as a finisher. I'm glad he didn't bring that shit back. But, you know, it was great, dude. It made me feel like a kid again, just watching two greats wrestle again. And they have history.
True.
25 years in the making. And you're telling me that that was too slow. Like, man, your brain's just too fast. Slow it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Smoke some weed. No, don't, I don't want to encourage any of that here, but
Smoke
like,
weed every day.
slow yourself down or something, dude. Like, make your dopamine levels. But yeah, I think both of we can respectfully say 10 out of 10,
Easily.
but 9.5 because I didn't win the belt. Just kidding. Still a 10 out of 10.
Uh,
But,
yeah.
you know,
But on to Raw. I have a lot
on
of
to
notes
Raw.
about
Oh my
Raw,
god, yeah.
and
We're gonna end
like
this with Raw. I promise we'll
so
listen to NXT as well, but
like so many notes on Raw. I think my first note is Paul Heyman is, and I quote CM Punk here, a fat little snake. And I just found that fucking hilarious.
he
I'm
called him
sorry.
Penguin. He called him Penguin too, and I thought about it. And I was like, he looks like fucking Oswald Cobblepot. He actually could be
Does.
Penguin. If Paul Heyman took a serious DC role, he could legitimately be the
Uh,
Penguin, just because
Dude,
he's
he is
shaped
so
like him.
good.
Like we got Colin Farrell, but like if you needed Paul in a fan film, put a fucking monocle on him, and he's Penguin.
Hell yeah,
He's
dude.
also got that
Uh,
New Yorkin accent. Like I get he if he needs to be a mob boss, so like
and he's a
shit.
fat little snake, so
He's a fat little
according to
fucking
CM Punk.
snake, dude. He's gonna get his one day. However, he
uh,
is right about Roman, though. I mean, he's right what he said about Roman last week about like
true.
being, with Punk. It's he's
He was also right
wrong.
about what he said with
I,
Punk. No, he's right.
yeah,
Why
yeah.
would he put him in that position? Like, that's not a true friend. Why would a friend make his friend like betray his tribal chief? That's no, that's not a good position. What? That's not a
Yeah,
position
how
you put
dare
your
you make me
friend
do
in.
that favor? Why would you? Yeah,
Yeah,
why would you make me do that? Well, it's like he always had the favor, but like, why would you ask for it now when I'm at my good point with Roman as my friend? Even though it just like took that seed to be planted for him to finally break away from Roman. But at the same time, CM Punk is like, bro, I need a favor, and he's like, fuck you both.
yeah,
There was probably plans there or something that Seth, but like just so happened. Now Punk wants this favor. I feel like Paul was planning on leaving a long time ago, but had to find the right moment.
yeah.
That promo was great, and then obviously during that promo, Seth and Braun came out because he was like, "Get in the ring, I want to beat your ass, Paul." And then they came out, and obviously, once again, Drip King Seth Rollins comes out in all gold leather, whatever fucking I don't even know silk. I cannot tell who designs. I know who designs his shit. It's his. It's Becky's designer, but there's also someone else out there designing these suits and shit. And these are always one-off outfits. But like, damn, dude, came out there and he said some shit, and then uh Braun started heading on to the ring like the badass that he is. I like this shit. I like him in a suit. He
Dude,
does
he's
look good in
so
a fucking suit.
badass, man.
I love it when like the heel kind of faction are wearing suits and shit. I don't know why. It's just like he's out here all looking nice and shit.
I
Um,
agree.
because like that's what it is. This is the Monday Night Messiah gimmick that we should have had. and I like this shit with that. And now Braun being the enforcer or whatever, and he came out there, and then Braun gets in the ring, and they start brawling and shit, and Seth comes in there all walking in like eh, you know, and that's going on, and then Punk's getting the upper hand for a bit, and then Seth is like, "What the fuck?" They start fighting and brawling. Here comes Sami Zayn. He gets involved and everything, starts attacking Seth, and then Braun and Seth get the upper hand, and then here comes Yeet Uso. It's like he's coming because people would cheer, and then you just hear the yeets building up as if he's like getting closer. He's
Yeah.
just getting closer. I'm like, what are they yeeting for? And then a super kick to the chair, and it's like, oh my god, what's going on? So much. Um, they do need a third man because motherfucker, like
I'm
three
telling
dudes
you.
versus two, and I'm like,
What do you think's happening at Backlash? Sorry, not at Backlash. That's
yeah.
Saturday Night's Main Event. What do you think's happening there? That's what's gonna
Yeah. Well,
happen.
speaking of that, yeah, a match was confirmed. Punk and Sammy versus Braun and
Seth.
Seth. So yeah, that's happening at Saturday Night's Main Event. So we're
Third man
going to
comes
watch.
up there.
Obviously, we're just not going to cover this event. Like we'll talk about it in like the recap on a
Yeah.
video on the next pod or something we
We're
do
just not
after it.
predicting for it.
We're not predicting for it. There's the belt's not up for grabs. He gets to be champion in a little bit longer, but it's just not like it's a televised event. I'm aware you can watch it on Netflix and Peacock, but it's also on NBC. So it's like
Yes.
that's a network. It's cable television. If you have cable, whoever still has cable, you can watch it for free on that. Well, not free because cable, whatever. You ain't got to pay a subscription service for it, so you can watch it for. It's not a PLE. It's a brand show, and also there's two of them each year.
True.
So like probably three. I don't know if they confirmed that, but there's two of them each year at
4.
least.
There's 4 every year.
They're okay. There's going to be four this year. So like covering that every time to say like, oh yeah, I won the belt for Saturday Night's Main Event Part 2, and then he won it Part 4. That's just too much to cover. It's like, yeah, it's too much to damn cover. That's why these PLEs each year are one-offs until the next year. That's the reason why we only do them. So it's not a PLE anyways, but we're definitely going to watch it and talk about it, but it's not
Yeah.
going to be the center of attention for a podcast episode. It'll be a recap.
True.
Um, so yeah, that's confirmed. And then we got some cooking with Penta versus Grande. No, sorry, my bad. My eyes hurt. My eyes hurt today.
God
My eyes are
damn it.
not focused today. Penta versus Chad Gable. That's what I wrote in my notes.
Uh-huh.
It definitely
Yeah,
doesn't say
yeah.
Penta and then purposely say your eyes hurt. What? I didn't write that.
Okay.
Penta versus Chad Gable. They obviously always cook. Come on now. These two are stellar in the ring. Chad is always great in the ring, with or without a mask on, But like it was a great
Mhm.
match. Nobody
Uh-huh.
nobody got involved. Uh Completely. It's like they don't get involved unless it's Penta versus the Judgment Day. Judgment Day really hates him. I don't know. Um he finished with the Mexican Destroyer again, so it's proving me right that no one should give a shit if I get it's the Canadian Krodok, but no one should give a shit that he's finishing with that move and not with his normal shit. I don't know
Yeah.
why that's the complaint, but I've seen people say that so many times. They're like, "Oh, he finished with that." Yeah, well, he
Yeah,
did
who
it from the
cares?
top rope this time.
Yeah.
That's a super destroyer, and by the end of that match, Gable was bleeding. I don't know where from what he was bleeding.
It was?
Yeah, at the end of the match, there's like a zoom, like there's like a certain spot or camera angle, but like he's got blood coming down like from his head into his nose.
Oh. Damn.
So it's probably from that destroyer spot. Yeah, because when he hit the destroyer, there's a brief
Dude, that shit
moment you
looked
can
nasty.
his head. Yeah, his head did kind of bounce. Yeah, he kind
Yeah.
of didn't land it right, but I think he's fine. Because he came out later on and hit a promo, but I guess we can say that. But he came out, hit a promo, and was telling people, "I hate lucha libres and shit." And then
And I love El
Grande
Grande.
Americano, numero uno. Yeah, what a great way to talk about that.
Gracias.
He talked about himself, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was definitely the best match of the show based on what I saw. So I think it's really good. I love the whole Penta versus honestly, Penta kind of works in whatever feud he's put in. Like I feel like he's so versatile. It's kind of like a chameleon. You know what I mean? Where I could see him going up to a main event feud and it being making sense. I could see him being the lowest card and making sense. Like,
he's been on
yeah,
every Raw since. Like I think he missed one Raw, but he's been on there like every night. Like I he's if you get think about it, he has been on more than Ray Phoenix has, but I think they're building something big with Phoenix.
maybe.
Um
Yeah.
but majority like he's been on there every night and I enjoy that cuz like I enjoy seeing like matches with him. Just like
I am scared though.
I hope they don't do what they did in the past where like they would completely put over a luchador and then later on he's like squashed and then because they did that shit and they're like this reminds me they're not the same but it reminds me of the Sin Cara hype back in the day where like he was on TV
Oh.
every damn week. I'm not saying this is going to happen to Penta because we're under different management and this guy who's under the Triple H is more of a if the crowd likes them more or the crowd is over him, well, I'm gonna make the right decision because he's been making good decisions lately. He's bad at PR, but he's been making good booking decisions. Not everything, but there's some things I wish he would make more. Karrion Cross. He wasn't on Raw this week, but hey, give that man a break. He's been working his ass off. Um, I think he deserves. I would like him to see him on TV, but also it was also around the time this is Scarlett's birthday, so I'm guessing. I'm sure he probably talked and had some time with her. Happy birthday
Yeah,
to Scarlett. This is late, but yeah, the
true.
Queen of the Cross. I don't know why I said that. That was cool. Karen Cross, use that. No, um, but yeah, it's just like the Sin Cara angle where like, oh man, he was over, and then like one small thing happened, but he also had some controversy backstage. But just hyping them up, like don't do that, and then they go off TV for a while. But like I'm enjoying seeing him on TV like every single week and being involved in a big faction feud, like with the Judgment Day. That's kind of the feud you should go for since like Dom is pretty much a luchador, like conquistadorish kind
But
of
we've already
star.
seen them have like 4 matches now.
Yeah, they've already
Mm,
had enough, but it's like they have to have Penta in something for right now. Like he can go back to like fighting, like Pete Dunne or something, but like right now I like the angle that he's in. He's definitely eyeing up that title a lot, and but I don't know if he's gonna face for it again. But
yeah,
um
I
great
agree.
match.
I think the one thing is just I'm scared for Penta too. Okay, I'm scared because he's just getting featured every week. But if he doesn't win, I'm scared he's like not gonna get a push or like not win a title. I'm scared he's gonna be like a Dolph Ziggler. You know what I mean? Where he's just or like a Ricochet, where he's just the guy
Uh
they grab to have good matches
we can keep that
if they
we can
don't know
keep
who
that
to
at Dolph
pick.
Ziggler. We don't want to talk about Ricochet because that man's been that man has not has no filter on Twitter. That man is expressing every
Oh, I did not know
opinion.
that.
And at first, people thought it was a PR stunt for like AEW competition. No, I think that man it just means everything that he's saying, and he can say it. And I don't think Tony Khan gives a shit. But
Oh,
that's kind of bad on Tony Khan to not give a shit and handle your talent. And
yeah.
speaking of that, like this has happened a long time ago, but I don't usually tell people not to do shit. I more so I encourage you to not fall for Mercedes Monet texting scam. Don't fall for that shit. I'm
Oh my
sorry.
god, this is
I'm
hilarious.
sorry to any Monet fans, or I'm sorry. I doubt she'll even come across this shit. But this is such a bad decision, and I'm also
Oh.
starting to see shit like there's. I'm never against people making moves and trying to make money because it's coming out. Already been confirmed that something's coming out for Cora Jade. She's starting an OnlyFans, and I'm telling you right now, people, what you think you're gonna see is you're not gonna see. Don't expect to see a fucking nipple. Don't expect to see a tit. Don't expect any of that shit with that. It's $15 a month, is what I'm
Do we have to
hearing.
censor that?
If I do, I will. But I don't give a shit. I won't censor it on Spotify. But um, either way, it's like if that stuff happen, like it's not going to happen at all. Whatever you're expecting at $15,
Well,
you'll
we
probably
don't
get.
know.
You'll get, but still, it's like the way she carries herself. Because also, she's still going to be a performer at some point, and we'll get to that part because there's some stuff I like after the recap I want to talk about, like that's going on with the people that have been released. Regardless, I don't think she's going to show you what she thinks she's going to show you. If she does, it's going to be way more expensive than like her regular subscription is. But still, and it's okay. She's making money moves. She got released. She was trying to do so well in the company. If this is something she wants to do, she's making money, all for it. But do not expect everything or anything you think in your little mind of what she might give people. Don't automatically assume it's going to be a nude photo. Okay. But anyway, regardless of that,
And
do
also,
not.
don't, like, comment on stuff that's not related to it, either, like, saying, like, like, just talking about it, like, just leave it as its own
Oh yeah,
thing,
and then people like
like
rated her emails and shit for like because she was sending out her email like, "Hey, get me at this," and then weirdos emailed her and shit, and then people blamed her. Like, what did you expect? I'm like, no, have some common fucking sense. That's obviously her email to get the attention of promoters to get her wrestling again. Uh, it's even her email. I would assume she has a business email and a personal email
yeah,
because her business email is her ring name, which is Elena Black. That's not her real name, but that's what she goes by. Um, so like that I get it, like it's public information, but y'all need to have some common fucking sense to not go to that email and probably say the dirtiest shit you've ever seen. And then just because she's gonna be a potential OnlyFans person, like don't be like, oh man, show me. Y'all need to chill the fuck out. Like
yeah,
if you do view her content, I don't care. Go do what you want, but like keep that in there. There's a chat system for OnlyFans for a reason. Keep it off Twitter, bro. You're making
yeah.
yourself look weird. But
And
but
also, if anyone does get the OnlyFans, like, I hate don't, like, try to, like, send it to people that haven't paid for it as well,
don't
like,
send it to people. Don't spread it around because you are subjugated to being sued. If she finds out
yeah.
you're sending her shit around, she'll sue you. And even
Well,
if
it's
you're not the
also just
original,
super immoral,
yeah,
like
it's immoral too. It's nasty. Like I get it. There's leaks out there, but like be smart about it and don't do that shit. But
yeah,
it's not even on that
disrespectful.
topic. The Mercedes Monet thing, 100% a
It's
scam.
so funny to me. It's so funny to me.
I've
I'm
seen
sorry.
videos of people reviewing it. It's obviously AI responding to
Yeah,
you
obviously,
or
or, like,
somebody who
someone
can't
yeah,
spell for shit on her marketing
yeah.
team. It's not her, people.
Dude, there's a
She's not.
spelling mistake in the fucking
There's a
like
spelling mistake in her promo thing. It's literally bad, and there's like one word missing. It's not her. And
oh
the
my
selfie she
god.
sends someone is just a random generated image from like Instagram or something. You're not chatting with her, bro.
Dude, it's
If you
so funny.
probably like I've tested these things before, like if it's an AI bot, if you said fuck you to it, she'd be like, yeah, my favorite match was probably me versus Bailey. Also, that's clear as day there. If you're asking the real Mercedes Monet about these matches, wouldn't you think she wouldn't talk about her AEW, her WWE shit since she's currently in WWE or AEW? She wouldn't
She'd probably talk
talk
about him.
about that shit. Also, you would be thinking that the people at her managers and AEW would be hardly monitoring this shit, but apparently they're not because they're allowing this to happen. It's not going to last long because she's obviously going to get sued or there's going to be more backlash um and it's going to be shut down soon. So if you've poured $100 into
It's
this,
so
I'm
funny
sorry, you're
though.
fucking dumb.
It's
I'm
so fun
so
I
sorry.
do feel bad to people who actually fall for it though, that are, like, actual
Now
fans.
yeah, there's some people. Now listen, okay, you're not fucking dumb if you don't have that high of competence, because I know there are some kids that look up to her and they can fall for it and they may get
Yeah, which
into
is
it
the
and not know
worst
about it.
part, by the
That's the
way.
worst part. That this is
Yeah,
open to kids too. Like I'm not saying that these kids have this money, but like, oh man, I get my mom's card here. Let me just use that. She won't know. She won't care. Mom, I can talk to this wrestler. It's cool. Please. They're getting more gullible,
scammed.
but there's also
Yeah.
adults out there who have a gullible mind as well. Some people are not quick to comprehension to understand that this is
I
not
feel less
real.
bad for adults, so
But some adults, yes, because you have that moral competence. But now, if you have like a learning curve, well, then I feel bad because you're easily gullible and she's using you for that. This is an exploit, dude. This is not like $100 as well. Even should tell you that this is bad, and it's
Bro,
probably
if
it's
I
a
had to pay
monthly.
$100 a month for anything, I think I
It's
would
a
not
monthly
live, bro.
subscription too. So like, if you forget or something, that shit renews, and I bet you it's through like a third party uh paying a bank source or whatever that like has so many things you have to do to probably cancel the subscription.
Yep.
It's definitely like so shady, and like for her to do this shit, like she's already probably making so much what she's doing as a wrestler and a performer. This is just literally, you shouldn't be able to do this. If she did this in the WWE, she's fucking gone. She would have been gone. They wouldn't allowed this shit. They would have been like, you're exploiting fans. You can't do this. But AEW likes to be, edgy, and we're better than all of them and we're different. It's like, oh, she can do that. Who cares? The other promotion, they don't like fun. No, this is exploiting. Don't fall for it, people, please.
Yeah, do
But
not.
I'm going back to Raw. But yeah, don't fall for it.
Yeah.
Um,
Julia and Roxanne had a cool vignette, like video package thing.
oh
I
yeah,
really do think that Roxanne and Julia are like full main roster. I just do. I think it makes perfect sense to me. Like especially with the evolution thing coming up. I think yeah, I think it just
and the
works.
fact
I
that she
think
lost to Stephanie for that, or she lost for that qualifying match,
yeah,
um,
that
it
was last
kind of
week.
makes that
Yeah.
clear. I kind of sucks because like I wanted that angle to continue with her because like I know Stephanie beat her, but like
I didn't.
I still think something was gonna go there. But I guess already enough has happened.
Yeah.
Um, but for her being main roster, yeah, and then yeah, had a great backstage segment. Got to speak in her own little language. I love it when they get to. Obviously,
Same.
I love watching that video package when someone speaks another language, and you know damn well like Roxanne didn't know what she was saying, but she was like, she was
Yeah.
sitting there. I mean, she could be, bilingual. We don't know, but they like sit there and they react and like, yeah, and I'm like, do you know what she's saying? Like, I would say, like, remember that famous segment between Asuka and Io when she's like, bitch, like where they're sitting there speaking, or Asuka's speaking in Japanese, and they both are, and you got Bianca behind her, like, yeah, tell her, and I'm like, do you know what she's saying? Like the crowd doesn't know, but the crowd's getting hyped because they're thinking like, okay, they're saying shit to each other in another language. We don't know. This must be good. And then, bitch. I love that when they react to it, like, yeah, they're speaking a language. I don't know this, but let me act. But no, it was a good promo. And she like that line that stuck me. We're hungry, and I was like, fuck, dude. All right, chill out there, woman. Scaring me.
Yeah.
That's the point, though. Julia's a beast. Um,
True.
Yeah, I don't want to get to the yeah, I don't want to lead into the main event because that's definitely for last. I think I left it, but
Yeah.
um I'll throw in a small
Judgment
thing.
Day.
Pat's back from
Oh, Pat is
Backlash.
back.
He's all
True.
good. That
Didn't he have a
man did
bloody eye
not
or
die.
something?
What happened?
Didn't he have like a bloodshot eye? I thought I saw that.
He has a bloodshot eye, but that didn't stop him from coming in and speaking on the show.
Hell yeah.
Um it just made him look like one of the strongest opponents against like Gunther. Like I thought he was gonna be out and like Corey Graves was gonna come back, but um I guess not, but I don't know if like Pat's gonna not go to the NFL, like if he's gonna manage both because it's starting soon. So like it's usually like late. It's around this time, so I don't know, but we'll see if something happens. But I don't think Pat's gonna be off TV anytime soon. If he was, that would have been the way to do it. But he's back. Woohoo! Um, I can't
Yeah.
remember if the J promo was after this.
No. The next thing. No. The J promo
War
was way
Raiders.
later.
Was it War Raiders?
No.
Who was next? I
Yeah.
don't remember. There's so many things
Well,
I
if you let me tell you, I'll tell you.
no.
Okay, the next thing I have on my thing is, well, it's before the War Raiders. So it's before the War Raiders, but there's a Judgment Day backstage segment, and
Okay.
Dom like comes in and he's like, "Yo, what's a time zone?" After talking to Liv, and I'm like, "Dude, I fucking love this man. I love this man. He's so charismatic." And then he basically talks to Finn and like doubts
Charismatic.
Finn for taking so long. But at the end of it, it's so funny because JD, Carlito, and Raquel are all like, "Hey, Dom." look at this. And like under the light, they have a skull, and they're like teaching him about time zones, and I'm just like
This
fucking
this is
loving
this
it,
is
dude.
Liv. This is you.
Dude, fucking amazing. I Judgment Day is so back. Every time they're on screen, I'm so invested. I love
No,
this.
I always
Yes.
love that little like naive dumb angle that Dom will do. It's like he's a badass, but he's the best champion right now. What the hell's a time? What do you mean? Why'd you say good morning? It's like I love that. And then also after that, before the ending, he that little tension with Finn again or Pin. He's like, oh man, you took too long. It's like Dom wants to be that leader of the Judgment Day for sure, and I think he will definitely be when Finn's gone. Bye. Um, but it's like Finn has that damn just rudeness about him that like it caught like you can tell Dom's getting annoyed at his shit, obviously, but Dom doesn't
Yeah.
want to start anything, especially with Liv being gone. But like I hate that like Finn is the biggest gaslighter, bro. He was like, "Oh, what? So you're trying to tell me? No, I'm just playing with you, man. No." I was like, dude, he did that shit with Damien so much. It's like it's gonna come full circle where he gets kicked out, and it's definitely gonna happen around SummerSlam. Definitely, that's gonna be like night one's match, him versus Dom, and I think Dom's gonna retain, and that's what's gonna cause like just bye Finn, you're gone, bitch. Like
Yeah, for sure.
already. But I love that segment. It was a great segment, and Carlito's still shooting his shot with Raquel.
Same.
Man's like, you want to go?
Yeah, but then
Oh
it's the War
god,
Raiders.
yeah, the War
And
Raiders.
New Day on commentary. New Day is so good, bro. I love what they're doing now. Like this is what they should have been doing from the start. Just funny heels. Funny heels are the best thing they can do.
I couldn't even talk to you about sneakers, man. Like Kofi had these weird little like foot things on him, and he was like, "Man, I can't even talk to you about sneakers with you, man," or something like that. And then it's just all like, "Oh yeah, the Judgment Day scared, man. What? What do you mean we scared? Why, we ain't ducking." Just like always being like, "Yeah, you can never amount to us, Michael Cole." And it's like I love them on commentary. I need them out there every time they're on a contenders match. Like I need them out there, but
Same.
um, this match like proved to people like I mean, everyone knew American Made was always like the Creed brothers, of course, is a stellar tag team. I mean, we saw that in NXT, and um, but they were facing the War Raiders for the contenders match. Right? It was a contenders match.
Yeah.
I don't know where this match is going to take place. It's probably going to take place on a Raw. I would
Probably.
assume. Well, there's something that's announced after that, but I will say, yeah, the War Raiders lost because of an interference from the New Day. Uh, it was still a great match. They were all doing what they do best, flipping and shit, and showing off their athleticism. It was really great, but American May took up the win because of the interference. And then backstage, I don't know if this was like right after or later, but backstage there was confirmed that there's going to be a triple tag match next week. I think it's going to be on Raw. I don't think it's at Saturday Night's main
Yeah.
event, so it is
By
going to
the
be on
way,
Raw.
War Raiders don't deserve that match. What the fuck? Anyway.
Well, they don't deserve the match, but I mean they don't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. Like, why would you have a contenders match? But I guess because there was something that happened, Pierce was like, "Fuck it," and just gave that. But yeah, Pierce, you're you fucking suck. Okay, that's why I don't like you. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Aldous is the best. I know I gaslit all of you into thinking otherwise earlier. I definitely didn't mess up anything. It was gaslighting. But
Yeah,
like,
no,
yeah,
no,
it's
for
like it's
sure.
stupid. It's like they have these decisions. I feel like this decision happens, and then something's happening backstage, and then like either Triple H or some creative dude is like, "Oh, you know what would be better? Pierce, you know what I want you to do? I need you to go out there and tell them it's gonna be a triple threat, and if they complain, big fucking deal." Anyways, I feel like I'm gonna do that every time. Um,
Probably. Big
yeah,
fucking
you know
deal.
where the inspiration comes from. Everybody knows it. Uh, uh, yeah, it just doesn't make sense. It's like, why have a contenders match? It's the same thing that it felt like with even though the Rhea, Bianca, and Io match made me change my expectations and made that one of the best matches of night one. I had that for a minute because it was like, okay, Bianca won Elimination Chamber fair and square. She's gonna face, you know, Io, but now Rhea's getting that shot randomly out of nowhere because one, she was being a whiny bitch, that was her character at the moment. But then even when they got to that match, it still delivered, and I was like, this actually worked. This was amazing. This one, I don't feel like that. I feel like this one should have just been American made and the New Day, and that's it. This wasn't that kind of instance where like you don't need to give it to War Raiders, bro. We get it. There's other tag teams, but like, why don't you just have this shit? And I know New Day's gonna retain, possibly. There's no reason they're gonna lose for a while. But I wouldn't be mad with American Made having the belts, but what was the point of giving us that match and then like, you know what, actually, fuck it. Triple threat. It's probably gonna cook. They're all great, but I don't fucking need it, dude. um we skipped over the Sammy promo. The Sammy and Punk promo in the backstage. You there?
Oh, sorry, I was muted.
Oh my
Yeah, but it
goodness.
wasn't. It wasn't really anything special. It was just them saying they're gonna team up, and yeah, I don't know. That's why I kind of skipped over it because whatever.
Well, it was just them kind of like, we haven't seen their one-on-one dynamic. Like there was tension there. Like he was like, "Oh, this is how you do it." And, yeah, this is how I am. And like, this is how I look at it and shit. And like, and just like there's like heads butting there, but like they still have the same goal with like taking down Seth and his Sammy's sister with Braun, and there's definitely like tension between them, but it's like they feel like they will work together since they have the same goal. It wasn't much, but I did like seeing it. I do like seeing a Punk Sammy interaction, but that's all I had for that. But I just wanted to know that that's something that happened. But um,
Uh, yeah. So I guess after the New Day thing, we had a backstage segment with Seth and Braun and like Paul Heyman in the background staring. I just want to say the sexual tension between Seth and Braun is crazy. I'm saying, bro, they fucking for real, bro. Did you see the way they
and
were
not
looking at each
it's
other?
not even that. It's with Paul in the background just grinning like Paul's evil smile and shit that he always
Ugh,
does, bro. It's just in the back,
sexual
and it's just
tension
like
is crazy.
those two are having fun working together. Like
Yeah,
it's
I
not
love
even
it.
really an angle to elevate Braun because Braun's already elevated to like being everyone being behind him, but it's an interesting concept because I feel like at some point I remember in interviews that Paul Heyman has wanted to work with Braun before. Um but with both of these guys, yeah, they definitely enjoy working together. But yeah, the sexual tension, and then he whispered in his ear, and the hairs definitely stood up on his neck. But it's it was a great thing that happened, but we found out
Yeah,
later what he whispered in his ear about. But
yeah, dude. This
I,
faction is aura. Fuck
this
me,
faction is
man.
Aura.
Aura
Um,
on top of aura.
and then we immediately after that, I believe, is when Jay is out there. Jay comes out celebrating,
Yeah,
eating and shit, talking
yeah.
about, we did it all. I'm gonna beat Logan Paul's ass, and then Gunther, and then yeah, didn't think that man would walk out right after the Pat McAfee shit. Automatically didn't think Gunther wanted another shot, but he does. Me personally, and I'm pretty sure we think differently. I don't know if I want to see this again. I don't know if I want to see this match again. It's like it's a back and forth thing where it's like he lost to Gunther so many times and he finally won, and then I don't know if it's because they don't want Gunther to go into the bigger title opportunity yet. Because I'm honestly, people have been saying Gunther John Cena, and it could possibly fucking cook, but that'd be later down the line. But it's like, where does Gunther go from here? I keep thinking, take the fucking break, dude. You've been doing so much, take a break. But he's obviously eyeing up Jay's title again, and he's pretty much saying, whoever wins at Saturday Night's main event, which is obviously going to be Jay, Gunther's going to go for, the title again, take back what's rightfully his. But I'm personally just like, I don't know if I want it again.
Yeah. Uh, I I I understand, and I felt the same way at first too. I was like, I don't know if I want this, but then I started cooking. Okay,
Okay.
I started smelling what Triple H was cooking,
All
and I'm
right.
like, it makes sense to have Gunther have a rematch and just listen to this fantasy booking. Okay, the reason why is because it's not going to be Jay versus Gunther. It's going to be whoever cashes in at Money in the Bank to get Jay this title off Jay, and then it's going to be that person versus Gunther. Which I don't like
Mm.
it, but I do think that's
That
what they're
kind of
probably
makes
going to
sense because
do.
it doesn't seem with like Seth running around. Now that'd be crazy if it was fucking Seth, but I mean, with Seth running around, like, or even Braun, but like with Seth, Braun versus Gunther, fucking holy shit. Um, because yeah, it makes sense here because it does not seem. Because even remember, Night of Champions, somebody could take that belt off of Jay. Um, this doesn't seem like Jay is going to have this for a very long time because we're not going to see this every time where somebody wins a new belt and they have a long ass title reign. It's never always going to be the case.
Yeah,
Maybe for the big titles like the WWE title and possibly the World Heavyweight, but for like Jay's standpoint, it's like this one's going to be off him a lot or off and on, or it's just like he's holding it possibly till like SummerSlam or something. And I kind of see that happening with that, where like Gunther goes for it again, but he did that last year when he won King of the Ring. So it's like I don't even think they're gonna have King and Queen of the Ring this year. It's not been confirmed, so I don't think so. But uh, yeah, it does make sense. But I really would want to know who that could be. Because yeah, it's like people probably don't want to see Jay and Gunther part 5,000. So you're pretty much making a good gesture here. Like somebody's obviously not going to. I don't think whoever wins is going to cash in on Cena. I know people have been alluding to CM Punk,
yeah,
but I find that highly unlikely. But for someone to cash in on Jay, that's an interesting angle. A lot.
true,
So
true.
we could definitely see that.
Yeah,
But
I wouldn't like Jay losing that fast, but also I think it'd be like
well, if you
cool.
gotta think
But
about it, from now until like let's say Night of Champions or SummerSlam, I mean, 3 to 4 months as a champion is not a bad reign.
well, it wouldn't be SummerSlam or Night of Champions that you lose it though, because he's facing Gunther like the week after Money in the Bank.
Oh, so you think like he
I
gets
think he
cashed
loses
in
at Money in
on
the
the same
Bank.
night?
Yeah, yeah, which I don't really
Okay.
like, but
No, I don't either because then it doesn't let him. I mean, he's held it longer
that's the
than
only
his.
way to avoid the boring rematch. So
Yeah, or somebody comes in and gets involved with Gunther that stops him from even caring about that shit. I mean, we don't know. It could be like another match or something, but I feel like they are planning something a little bit more than just Jay versus Gunther again. So you could be right, but it could be the same way but differently. But we'll have to see with that. I like that idea though you got. Um,
yeah, I think it's cool.
I don't know if it happened immediately. I don't know if the well, I will say that sometime in between the show, I don't remember if it was after the J promo or what, but I want to like, of course, people who probably don't know, ECW legend Sabu has passed away this week. Um, Phenomenal legend. Obviously, didn't grow up during the era of ECW or anything. It was set. It was definitely during the end of the Attitude Era and the beginning of it and the middle of it. But he's one of the main people who didn't give a shit if he got busted open. I can't say much about these people, but I've seen and heard of the name Sabu. Um, but phenomenal superstar, I will say. Has done a lot. What I found out that he actually wrestled during WrestleMania weekend. He was active, like he was still going. I don't know how great the match was. It was on a different promotion, like a small indie promotion, but he was there, so he was like still kind of trying to go for it. But he recently passed, and I will say from both of us at the Beard Bros, we wish the family condolences. Um, Definitely a legend. Would love to see him in the Hall of Fame. I don't know if he is. He is an ECW legend, but I don't know if he's in the Hall of Fame. But if he is, that's definitely should be an induction in the future. Um, but yeah, there was a tribute video package for him. It was a great video package. Just showed off everything that he could do in the ring, and he will truly be missed. Like I said, I don't have much knowledge of him. I don't know if you do, Krodok, as well, but just know that he was a crazy son of a bitch.
I think I've seen like 2 matches, but yeah, they're
Yeah,
good.
I think he even had a
He was in ECW, I believe, right?
yeah, he was ECW legend. I'm
Oh,
trying
yeah,
to
yeah, I did
remember
see a
if
match,
he
yeah,
had a
yeah.
match. I remember I think recent years he had a match. I believe he was on an AEW match. I'm probably wrong, but I think recently he had a match on AEW. I'm probably right on that. I can't remember, but I remember someone hearing saying Sabu had a match on AEW at their peak. I think it was like their peak time, like around 2019, but not that recent. But he's been there, so he still could do shit. Like that man did not care how old he was. But rest in peace, Sabu. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
when the
rest in
hell
peace.
did Braun attack Jay? Like, was that after that?
No, no, no. We had no, because I think that was after the match that happens, which is AJ
Finn
versus
Balor. Finn
Pin,
Balor.
yep, Pin Balor. And I listen, this is like off topic. I don't know why this occurred to me, but when I was watching that, AJ Styles in red is kind of hot. I'm just saying. Like AJ
Well,
Styles wearing red is kind of hot. Okay, I don't know what it is, people, but him in red, god
you don't want none.
damn.
You know,
Jesus, man.
that's just the genes of a Georgian native. You know what I'm saying? That's why he think I'm so handsome. Anyways,
Okay.
it was a good match as well. Obviously, dude, AJ and Finn Balor have the history. But the Finn Balor reign continues, of course. They're never gonna let this man win again. They're never letting him win. It's in his contract. He can't win anymore. Um, but did you
Yeah.
really expect AJ to lose to him like that? I mean, I can't tell if anytime that Finn's going to win another singles competition. I don't know if he gives a damn, but from what I heard, it's like his record right now is 2-18 or some shit. Since the last time, I don't even remember if that's right, but like he's only won 2 matches and lost 18 since I think coming back for like Judgment Day shit. I don't remember where that I've seen it. It's like 2-18 or something. Uh, I don't remember what it's set for, but he's won more matches in his time. Like if you look at NXT Black and Gold, he had a lot of matches won. But I don't know where this 2-18 is coming from. It might be because it's Judgment Day Finn, but I don't know. But he's won 2 matches out of the 18. Still not good, Finn Balor. Still not good. You need to step your shit up, bro. Um, I think he won. Did he win that clean? I don't think anything, or did like anyone get involved? Judgment Day.
Uh,
Oh yeah, Judgment Day
Judgment
got
Day got involved,
involved, but
yeah.
Dominic was not out there. Dominic did
Yeah.
not come out there to aid Finn in any way. So, um, yeah, gonna be some tension there for sure. Um,
Yeah, for sure.
well, we mentioned it, but Becky Lynch's promo.
Bro, fucking incredible, dude.
Phew, she's going off on y'all. She's tired of y'all shit. Um, I mean, we kind of mentioned it earlier, but like, yeah, she's pretty much like, I got the big stuff and y'all were there with me. And then when I did it, y'all didn't like that. Y'all didn't like that, did you? I like her little, like, she was teasing it, like, y'all didn't like that, did you? No. It's like, yeah, that was the case. Like, as soon as she won the 2 belts, they were like, fuck this girl. Like, I don't, this girl's terrible. Bring back this girl. And Ronda Rousey should have, it's like, it's like the hate was so on her, but like, like all of them came up so well. But like she was right in this promo, and I was expecting Lyra to come out here, but I think Lyra, I will say she broke her nose during that match. Um,
She did?
yeah, she broke her nose. Apparently, she broke her nose
Damn.
because, well, I noticed it when I watched with you that like it was kind of crooked, and then it was confirmed she broke her nose, so that's probably why she's not
That's crazy.
on television. I don't know when she might have, but there probably might have been a spot that happened and we didn't just see it well. But yeah, her nose is broken. But she's
Uh-oh.
okay for the most part. She just gotta, heal from that. But she's probably it's probably bruised up and she didn't want to, couldn't show her moneymaker on the TV today. But um great promo, but I think we really much discussed that and then stuff like that. But um yeah, so then you said the Braun J thing. The Braun J thing,
Yeah.
that happened and cut off what would have probably been a great promo from Ludwig Kaiser. Come on.
True.
He didn't even get to cut a promo.
Yeah.
He was like, "Hey Kaiser, what do you think about?" Oh, wait a minute, Jay's dead over there. Later, it's like the the interviewers can never interview you again for the rest of the night when something happens. But Braun took out Jay. Then everyone came out. Jason Jordan came out, thought he could save the day. This man is like he's had more TV time than he was a wrestler. Like God, he must love that he's back there now. But um, I came back there, checked up on him and shit, and then that's pretty much all that happened with that. I think nothing really big happened with that. Um,
Yeah.
oh my God, dude, the Rusev promo,
Dude, dude. Okay. I need it. Listen.
crush.
Rusev every single week gets so close to becoming one of my favorite wrestlers ever. Every single week. I'm like, oh, dude, Rusev is unironically like the thing I look forward to most when watching
They
Raw.
have definitely given him some sort of creative control because these promos, the fucking TNT Championship from AEW made an appearance in that promo. He's blending his past, like not failures, but his past achievements that have led to failures because after he lost that belt, it went downhill for him. Um, like I don't know much about the AEW story, but I know he held that belt for a brief moment, and then when he lost it, they stopped using him on AEW. They stopped like pushing him. So like him and they can show that belt. I don't know if that's the real belt. I think that's a replica, but it's TNT. It's not fully. I don't think it's fully owned by AEW anymore. And I think it's a discarded title at this point. I could be wrong, but for them to be able to show that on television, I think they had every right to, since it's not owned by AEW. But him, like the belt briefly being shown in that promo, he's blending the worlds from where he came from, and he's even like sitting here saying like he was bringing up like how he wasn't utilized by the people in charge. Like literally, almost name dropping Vince, like literally bringing up like the guy in charge beforehand did not give me a chance because he was buried by Cena, which is like that's not giving a chance at all. And then because
Sure.
that's how they used to do it back in the day. If you had a monster heel who was probably from another country, which he is, like fucking like if you have Rusev, like I'm telling you right now, the way Gunther's push is, if Triple H was not involved in his push, or like from NXT, or for trying to at least convince people like how good Gunther is, if this was Vince McMahon era, I kid you not, Gunther would have been a Russian or something that would have been unstoppable for some point, and that he would have been squashed. I kid you not. Vince has made characters like this. Rusev was an unstoppable force who was beating everybody every week, who eventually would go on to become a champion and then lose to Cena at Mania. And then after he lost, he went downhill. Yeah, Rusev Day made him, better because, everyone's interacting with Rusev Day. Rusev Day was fun. It still wasn't the same. He wasn't a monster heel anymore. He was more of a comedic character, but he could whoop your ass anytime he wanted to. But now he's this like prophetic like timeline changer. He's like Karrion Cross if you think about it, but he's trying to reshape people's destinies. Like I'm here to save you. you're not being utilized right or whatever. I'm here to save you. It's my destiny. It's like his heel work is so amazing. Like he never used to speak like this on the mic as Rusev. If he was Rusev, it would be like Rusev Crush, oh, and that's all he would do because he was supposed to be that stupid brute who didn't have much of intelligence. Like his wife Lana was the more, one who would speak for him. But
Yeah.
he's got so much talent that I haven't seen this side of Rusev. Like I want more, just like you do, man. Like I want to see him more. And he could potentially be world title picture one day, but right now he's trying to help the jobbers, become relevant. And like, even though taking them down is what he has to do, he's like, I want to save you. It's like, I love this angle that he has, dude. I need to see more of him.
Hell yeah,
I want
dude.
to see him cut promos on the mic too, but like, this is enough in a way to build him up.
I
And they haven't
agree.
like forgotten about him. He's been on TV and promoted every week. It's like he isn't just promoting and then like, oh, he's gone for 2 weeks. It's like, no, he's been there a lot. I
True.
love it, bro. I need to see more of it.
That's what I've been saying.
And then
Yeah, he's slowly becoming my favorite.
I
Like,
believe
just
this leads us to the
done.
main event because I don't know if anything
Yep.
else happened after that. But Io
Versus
and
Julia.
Rio,
Yeah.
right? I just mixed their names up.
Good job.
Wow, Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. Io and Rio, Julia versus Julia and Roxanne Perez. Um, yeah, this we haven't seen a women's main event in a long time. Regardless if it's on a branded show, I love it. I fucking love it. This kind of shit needs to be happening. No, you don't need title change main events all the time, or no, you don't need. Listen, this shit cooked. This is amazing. Rhea did the thing, the pointing thing. I love it. The dynamic is amazing. Once again, Io's a bundle of joy. uh, she enjoys tag teaming with Rhea. No, these people cooked. I've never been so almost off my feet for a regular branded main event than this one. So many good spots, so many good moments. I just, how'd you
Yeah.
like it?
Uh, well, I don't really have an opinion because I didn't. I have to admit, people, for the first time, like since 2025 started, I was not able to catch these shows, and I kind of just watched the clips.
Oh,
And I
okay.
don't. Yeah, so I didn't really get the whole experience of the match, so I don't really know like how good the match actually was.
No, it was
But
really good. Yeah, I encourage you like to look if you care to do a rewatch of Raw, but just that a match alone, like no, it was a really good match. They definitely delivered, and it pretty much like obviously ended with the Io. My God, Io and Rhea winning. Because like there was a spot that like it wasn't a mess up spot, but like they kind of like fucked over each other a little bit. Not really. Like Julia and Roxanne. There was like a spot supposed to happen. Like I believe Roxanne jumped off something, and then she like one of them ducked out of the way, and she hit Julia. And then like Riptide, and then Io hit her move, and then 1, 2, 3, and it was great. And it had that ending where like she's holding up her hand, and then she's like staring at the title because that's mommy's title. Um, I tried doing her impression of her, and then it went Indian. Anyways, mommy's title. I can't do it. Anyways, her title, and like Io like looks at her like, "What the hell are you looking at?" And she was like, "Ah, whatever." She started like she started doing her shit again, like all happy and junk and everything. Um, and then like after that match, I don't know if it happened on TV or there's a clip, but Roxanne and Julie are no longer partners anymore, because of that loss. So I don't know what's going to happen from there. If they're going to, if Julia truly is full main roster as you believe, which it looks like that, it could start leading to a feud between them. But damn it, man, I would Io versus Julia, Night of Champions.
yes,
That
I
sounds
told you,
good.
man.
It sounds
Did I
great.
not say that EO
If not
versus Julia is my
Evolution,
dream match? Like,
if not Evolution or SummerSlam, that is a Night of Champions match right there. Like, come on. At least, like, we've gotten Io versus
it would
Roxanne already on Raw,
cook,
but
bro.
Julia? 2 Japanese style wrestlers. Like, come on, man. Um,
Yeah, dude, it was
but
so
yeah,
good.
that's Raw. Like nothing. I don't think I missed anything else that happened on the show. But of course, we have to get into the meat. No bread, no water, just meat. NXT.
Yes,
And you know
yes,
more about it because
yes.
you pay attention to it more than me. I had to finish Raw Tuesday
True.
because my music got in the way of Raw. I was literally working on music and I was like, I'm gonna watch it another day. and then while watching Raw last night, I made another beat. So I remember everything though, but go ahead and lead us in, sir.
Alrighty, folks.
Lead us in
On
prayer.
NXT, it started with uh, dude, another person that's slowly becoming one of my favorite wrestlers, like Miles Goddamn Bourne, dude. His
His promos.
promo at the start of the show was fucking incredible. It was genuinely like
That was
it might be one of
emotional,
the
dude.
he was like one of the best promos I've ever seen on NXT. He talks about how yes, he has a disability and being partially deaf, and that he talks weird because of it, and stuff like that. And he's basically like, I'll beat Oba for all the kids that are struggling out there with a dude. I almost cried, man. I was like, God damn, what the fuck, bro? Like Jesus,
No, for
man.
a like I understand like over time. Now, if he was, I can't. I don't know his story. If he was born, because he was asking the same thing: was he born with it, or did he slowly develop it? But I would assume he was born with it because the fact that he was able to speak that damn good, like as a deaf person, because I'm not saying all deaf people don't speak very well, but to speak that well and hit a promo that fucking well, yeah, he's definitely had the experience over time to be able to do that. But dude, he hit one of the best promos. I don't know much about this guy, but I know he's like, oh, he looks like Randy Orton. And I'm glad he's not Randy Orton's forgotten son, like a certain someone would set up as a storyline. Vince, Kurt Angle, Jason Jordan, the dumbest storyline. Anyways, um, yeah, no, it was great. Like for something I don't barely watch, or like, but like he's coming up and he won the battle royal, and Charlie Dempsey shit tried to be in it. He still fought him that night, but of course Obafemi ate him alive. I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this match, regardless if I know that Battleground Bobo will retain, that's still gonna be good because he is good in the ring. I've seen his ring work, but also his promo skills. That just proves you
Mhm.
there that if he does become champion one day, he already has the promo skills down.
Dude, I kind
So
of want him to actually beat Oba now.
I do
Like,
as well, but it's like it's very hard to see that right away.
yeah,
But he's definitely gonna
sadly.
be at some point. If not, if like Oba loses it to someone, then Miles maybe. But we shall see.
Yeah. Dude, I think, but during the promo, Ethan Page interrupted and stuff, right? And they had a match later in the night. But dude,
Ego.
this crowd is incredible. So it's like, because during the when Ethan came out and he was talking, the crowd started chanting, "Miles can't hear you." Miles can't hear you.
That's amazing. That's
And it was
amazing.
fucking
That is
hilarious.
awesome, dude. It's
And
not
then,
even a
but
dickhead thing to do. It's like no. It's like no. They were saying this for support of Miles. Holy
damn right.
shit.
And then Ethan Page tries to use that too. He's like, "Yeah, he can't hear me, so that's why I'm going to talk very slowly so he can read my lips." And then he says something like, "Miles, you can't beat Oba." And then the crowd just starts chanting, "You can't either." I was fucking dying, bro.
You can't
They were
either.
fucking cooking him, dude. They were cooking Ethan
I love it.
Page, bro. Oh, yeah.
I
But
love that shit. Yeah, I'll
what
let
a
you
great
go in order
crowd.
because I don't know what happened in between,
Yeah.
but I did see like the Fatal Influence,
Next.
Jordan Grace and Stephanie, and
I don't even have that part in my notes. But next, the
Twitter's
most
all over the
important
place for
thing.
Stephanie's outfit. Okay, I get it. Like she's okay, I agree with all of you, but listen, chill out. But she knows what she's doing. La Primera. She knows exactly. Yes, because she's allowed to be. She's a beautiful woman. and you're all simping for her.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just
but
saw that part, but I don't know what happens, but I know like Jordan Grace was still like, I'm gonna be the one to beat you.
well, you're skipping ahead, man. But that's
I
fine.
was just saying because that's what I saw, but like you can bring that back up if you need to. But
No,
go
I
ahead.
don't even have it in my notes. It wasn't that important
Oh,
to me.
okay. Well,
It was just a
good.
promo thing.
Yeah.
Uh, but we had the most important segment of the night. And it involved Tatum Paxley. Tatum Paxley was
Oh my
crashing the
God.
fuck out,
She.
dude. Crashing the
What do
fuck out,
you
and I was
expect?
crying.
She
I was crying.
lost two best friends and her husband from the company.
Not only that, I have a list of everyone. Okay, I literally I was thinking about this for like hours. Okay, she lost Gigi and Shotzi, who were tag partners and friends. She
Yes.
lost Lyra to the main roster a while back, which was also like her best friend ever. She
Yes.
lost Jakara Jackson, her actual IRL like best friend. Then she also lost her husband, Xavier Bernal, or however the fuck you say his name.
Javier Bernal. Damn, you just butchered that name.
I did, but
How
dude,
dare you? Tatum.
she's crying and stuff, and I'm feeling so bad for her. I'm on my knees. I'm like, please give Tatum a push. Dude, she's
She's
crashing out.
getting
She
one.
needs
She's getting one for
everything.
sure. The fact that
Tatum is
she's
everything.
the fact
Tatum
that
is life. Tatum is love.
he's on
Yeah,
his knees right now saying that probably.
I am.
So what? Okay. Um no, for the fact that she's the last one standing from all these people, she's getting a push. And if not, fuck this company because I swear to God, there's no reason for you to get rid of all the people surrounding her and not give her a push and not make her the center of attention. If that's the
Yeah,
case that you had to do that, that's fucked because she's been over the last 2 years. Like almost 2 years is like it's taking you this long. It's like, bro,
she looks so good with
literally
the North American title. Like,
she still can, yes, but like, come the fuck on. She's been over this long. Give her something, dude. You had a chance to give her a
exact.
tag team belt, but because you were releasing Gigi Dolan, you decided no. Oh god, the decisions right now, man. And
Give
apparently, I'm hearing
my
something,
queen her title.
and then I'm also hearing stuff like Braun Strowman is like back, but he's like behind the scenes. He's not gone. So I'm like, what is going on? I don't know anymore.
Maybe he
I'll
retired.
I'll
Maybe he's
let
just
you
behind the
finish
scenes now,
NXT
I
before I
guess.
get into like the smaller stuff that happened on the outside. But like, there's some
Yeah.
like where the some of the release stars are going and what's going on. But
Yeah, no, I think it'd be perfect for Tatum to win this off Sol Ruka, the North American
yeah,
title. I think it'd be perfect. Tatum deserves something. Tatum is, in my opinion, the best character worker in like all the WWE. Not even a joke. I think she's fucking incredible at her character
huh?
and just working with her character. And she's just so good. And she's good at everything. And she's amazing. And she's life. And she's love.
Do you mean
And
like? Oh, you mean like character based, like playing that gimmick she has?
yeah,
Like, okay, yeah. I was gonna say, like,
yeah,
yeah. Like the best character gimmick, like in the WWE right now, like there aren't many. So like, yeah, that kind of yeah. That psychotic, like, yes, that character is definitely
yeah.
the best one, like out of NXT and even like all of the shows right now. Regardless, like Alexa, yes, is great. Now, I've heard Alexa, that them together, I don't know who is crazier than the other. I would actually like would not mind if they brought like Tatum up main roster one day. Let them interact, please, for the love of God, to
Yeah.
see who's crazier.
True. It'd
But
be
continue NXT.
awesome.
Sorry,
Yeah. After that it was a nothing burger match between Dom and Wesley, but during the match, Stax like appears on the TV outside of
I
Rizzo's
found the safe
safe
house.
house. Yeah, bro. That
He's
shit's
gonna kill
crazy.
her.
Dude, I love the Dawn and the Mafia aspect of NXT. It works so well. I think it would not work on
He's
the
gonna
main roster
kill
like at
Rizzo,
all,
bro.
but it's
Yeah.
so cool, bro. I love it. I'm so invested. I'm like, oh my god, this is a drama series. I'm so fucking invested. It's the Penguin. Like it's just crazy. But yeah, so
Hey,
Tony
you and
loses
me,
obviously.
Vic. It's gonna be the end of the world. Snaps his neck.
Yeah, it's about family. So Tony loses, right? And then he starts driving out to where the safe house to go see if Rizzo's okay. But Stack's already 86 Luca, and he's probably planning to kidnap Rizzo and 86 her too. But so the Don comes, but Stacks knew the Don was gonna come because Stacks has watched the Don for years and knows every single move the Don's gonna make. Stacks waits for the Don to come and then hits him from behind and starts beating the fuck out of him. He's like, "Hey Don, I'm smart too. I know what you're gonna do before you even do it, because I've watched you. I know every single move you're gonna make, Tony. I've watched every single move. Because I'm your worst enemy, Tony. Because I've shadowed you for years. And I'm the underboss, Tony. And I'm going to beat you the fuck up, Tony. Ah, fuck. I love this. I love this. I love this. Yes, man. Give me
Your
more.
Italian accent, Jersey accent, has improved since the last time you did it.
Oh, thank you.
This time, because the last time it was like veering off into like it started turning into a different accent and then country, and I was like, "What the hell is he?" But
Hey,
no, it actually has improved this time. I was like, "Damn, all right." I feel like
this
I'm
makes
watching
perfect.
The Godfather, man.
Yeah.
No, I do like that
Great
too, because like
reason.
them driving and shit, and like just making it like a real, like you said, a drama and a soap opera kind of thing. Like it's not even in the ring at this point. It's like
Yeah.
literally real life. I love that shit.
Yeah, it's truly incredible.
Best thing about NXT is also like that's the male side of the character stuff in NXT. You got Tatum as the
Yeah,
best female character, and then you got Dawn and the family as the best gimmick characters right now. Like at first when
true.
they came through, it was kind of cheesy. You got this wannabe mafia, and that shit started growing, and I'm like, brother, this is fucking Grand Theft Mob Boss fucking shit on WWE. Like this is awesome. This is awesome.
Boom, 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 boom. This
But
is awesome.
oh
But
yeah.
yeah. The show ends with just a normal contract signing between Joe Hendry and Trick and like a tiny bit of a
Oh
promo.
my god,
Um
I saw that, dude. That was so serious, bro. He's like,
yeah.
if I beat you for this title, I can't do a Scottish accent. Beat you for this title, it leaves, and you're no longer into the world title picture. And I'm like, what the dude, Joe Hendry, why are you a villain right now? Why do you sound like a villain? What's going on here? Like, just be clapping and shit and smiling. No, I like that promo.
It's me.
That I'm
Yeah.
ready to see that match between those two, Battle
By the
Royal.
way,
Like, oh,
contract signing that didn't end in violence, miracle.
yep, one and yeah,
Ava's
well,
actually
because it
competent.
was filmed beforehand and Ava was right there to make sure nobody beats anyone up. But
Well,
also the
Ava's
thing
actually
is,
competent, unlike Adam and Nick. So
yes, yes. No, if it's in the ring and it's live and there's a table, someone's going through it or the table's being thrown.
yeah.
For sure. Well,
Contract signings are never make any sense in WWE, but yeah.
I don't know if you mentioned like was the Oba match good with I saw clips, but like yeah, he was annihilating that Charlie
It was okay.
Dempsey. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it. Not
He's
much
saving
to
his
be
energy
honest.
for Battleground. That Miles Bourne match is probably definitely going to cook with those two.
Yeah, true. I mean, anytime I was in the ring, it's usually pretty decent. So
Well, I guess that's
or
our
fantastic.
yeah. Well, I guess that's our recaps for the week. But
Yeah.
a couple of things like happened that outside of the WWE, like we mentioned,
Mhm.
Sabu's passing, the Mercedes Monet stuff, and Cora Jade stuff. But like most of like a lot of other things are happening in other promotions. Indy Hartwell's a champion now at Ring of
Oh, is
Honor.
she? Okay.
HOG champion. I don't know what that is. Hall of Greats. I don't know. It's a Ring of Honor championship.
Hottest. No.
Where did you get? Did you say L? Hottest
HLG said HLG.
HOG. It's like HOG.
Oh.
Hog.
Oh.
But it's like I don't know if it's like something something. I don't know if I'm right, but like it's what it looked like. The belt looked like it said. But she's a champion.
Hottest official girl? I don't know.
Okay, I don't think no.
That's just what
No,
came to my mind.
hottest official girl.
I don't know. What
Hall
else
of
would they?
Greats. I thought it was like Hall of Greats, but I don't know what it
Oh,
is.
it
But
might be.
it's she has that belt now. Awesome. She's even had like interviews and stuff talking about like winning the NXT belt
It's
and
House
stuff
of
and coming up.
Glory.
Huh?
It's House of Glory.
House of Glory. Okay, but is it a Ring of Honor belt or is that the
The Ring of
promotion
Honor
she's
belt
at?
no, the belt is called House of Glory.
Okay,
That's
okay,
what HOG stands for. So,
okay. So House of Glory. Okay, cool.
which is a
Um.
promotion. Huh,
Oh,
weird.
okay. So okay. I guess I thought it was Ring of Honor. Okay, but yeah, she's a champion now. Let's go. Like she's great. She deserves to be a champion somewhere. But um, she's not the only one that's like making moves. Gigi Dolan, who is going by her real name Priscilla Kelly, her first match is intergender.
Nice. I
That's
love a good
insane. I
intergender
don't know who the
match.
guy is. Don't hate me because I don't pay attention to much of the indie stuff unless it's like big luchador names or like as I said, Jeff Cobb, like Samoan names. Like I've seen some people, but like mainly clips, and I'm like, okay, because I knew about Ricochet before Ricochet came up, like clips online and stuff. But um, yeah, her first match will be intergender. Uh, as far as I know, for everybody else, a lot of people are teasing stuff and projects and stuff, but as far as I know, I don't know. And then, like I said, something about Braun Strowman. He is apparently back in the WWE, but I don't know what he's doing. So there's a project that he's working on, but I don't know if he's wrestling. Um, and let's take a
Weird.
moment to talk about Dominic's fucking PR shit recently. He is the guy right now. He is saying, dude, he went off on CM Punk recently in an interview. I'm not even kidding you. I don't know if it was an article or just a small comment, but he went off on Punk. He was pretty much like, I fucking hate that guy. I don't know what's about him. He's like, I don't have legends. Or no, he's like, I don't have to tell myself that I'm the best. I got legends talking about me and shit. Like, he literally was going off. I don't know if it was a work shoot promo. I don't know if it was real, but he was going off, but he's pretty much sitting there like, I've been champion already and I'm doing better than this and that. His PR work is great. He's amazing at his craft, and this is putting him more over. I'm glad that all these wrestlers, especially like Karrion Cross, are speaking their mind in these interviews and podcasts that are helping them build their character more. And then the next time you see them on TV, oh, Karrion Cross got his first win in a long ass time on main event.
Cool.
Main event's not televised anymore, I don't think. I could be wrong, but he finally got a win. I don't know who it was against, but he finally got a win. So deserved. The pop was insane for a main event show. Uh, yeah, it's deserved because Cross is amazing. And watch his documentary. I'm going to promote it again. Watch his documentary because he's great in the ring. He's great at what he does. He's great at his craft, his storytelling. Been known about him since the pandemic days when he was a fucking menace, and he still is a menace. They just haven't let him bring that out yet. So, um, but that's the stuff that was happening outside of the ring. So, but
Yeah.
that's.
Sorry. I just
I'm
I
sorry, I
was
had like four
looking.
different things that I spoke about in that whole thing. I didn't let you say anything, but I'm.
No, sorry. I was just looking up who I found a match apparently next month is Gigi is going to be fighting Zachary Wentz, which is actually really cool. So
Yes. Okay, that's a yeah. People have been talking about him. I believe he was. Uh, I could be wrong. I think he was in AEW at one point. I've heard the name and I've heard people praising him before.
you not know him?
No.
He was literally in NXT like last year.
Oh my God. Okay, that's where he's from. I don't
No,
know
he's
if
not
I
from
was.
NXT. He was in TNA, and he's
I probably didn't pay
Wesley's old
attention to it.
tag
I have.
partner.
He's whose?
Wesley's old tag partner when they have the tag
Oh
title.
shit. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now I'm. See, I am wrong. Okay. Well, I didn't know his name. I didn't know his name. That's probably the problem. Yeah, but that's it's still insane that her first match is intergender. So it's like she's going all out. She don't give a shit no more. She's going all out. I
I
mean,
love
intergender
intergender
matches are not,
matches.
huh?
I love intergender matches. My
They're
favorite
not
match of all time
abnormal.
is one.
I mean,
Yeah,
Penta versus Io Sky or Io Shirai, and then I think
it's my favorite match of all time.
Penta
Yeah.
also fought Chelsea Green. I think, unless I'm thinking wrong.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. So like this, which is Lucha Underground. So like this shit, they didn't give a damn. But like,
And I
yeah,
believe
these.
Chelsea has also fought Matt Cardona as well. So
Oh shit. Oh
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, Chelsea Green's had a lot of intergender matches. But Io Shirai versus Penta in Lucha Underground, literally my favorite match of all time. If you guys haven't seen that match, watch it. Go watch it right now. You can find it somewhere, I'm sure. It's fucking
So
incredible.
sure, Pentagon Dark. That's what he went by before he was just
Yes.
Penta. But still, same thing. Wish you could use that name because that name is badass. But Penta works for me as well. But
Yeah. I have two like things that aren't related to wrestling that
Okay.
I kind of want to talk about. This is like gaming stuff, so I guess we're not gaming. I mean, we're probably gonna end the pod like after this, so But uh, game Xbox / PC Game Pass versus PS Plus is insane, dude. Okay, I've been a PlayStation person my entire life, so I've always like subscribed to
I'm
PS
raising
Plus,
my
but
hand. You know you can't see me, but I'm raising my hand right now. Like since I was born out of the womb, dude, I
yeah.
was handed a PS1. Like
Yeah. But yeah, so I love PlayStation, but dude, PS Plus has raised its prices like twice in the past like
it's
six
gotten bad,
months.
really bad.
And I literally at this point I can't even justify paying for it. Like it's awful, dude.
When
The amount it costs compared to Game Pass, which by the way, Game Pass is like way cheaper, and Game Pass has games that come out. Like it has new games, whereas PS Plus is only games like from years ago that came out.
the
Like
worst
it is
part,
such a drastic difference.
the worst part is that when PlayStation Plus introduced the tier system, where you have basic, essential, extra, and premium. You have 4 tiers. Not even just 3. You have 4. Basic is $9.99. I believe essential is $14.99. Or no, extra is like a couple dollars higher. I think it's like $11.99. Extra essential is 14, and then premium. These are for monthly, by the way. Premium is $17.99. They're going up for sure. Now, beforehand, it was just 1 tier. You had everything. This is before the game because the game catalog didn't get introduced until the tiers happened.
Well,
Basic is just
no.
what
Sorry. You're kind of wrong, but like
with the
so how it
prices, or just
was
because there's 4 tiers.
no. It listen, you're wrong about like the game catalog thing. So the actual thing was PlayStation had two subscription services. It had PlayStation Plus and it had PS Now, which is another subscription you could
Yeah,
subscribe to, and that's what the gaming catalog
they
is
combined it
now for
together.
PS
That's what they
Plus.
did.
Yeah, they combined it.
Yeah,
So
PS Now had all the classics on there. Mostly you could stream some of them and you could download some of them, just depending on like what version there was that could be ported or was ported. But PS Now ended because they were trying to think of something new. They combined those together, and that started the tiers and shit. Um, so like with premium, you get everything. You get the classics catalog, you get the monthly games, you get time trials. I don't still know why time trials exist anymore. Just give me the full game or don't give me the full game or give me a demo. Um, you get the game catalog, like I said, and then the monthly games online. Now, when you go down tiers, they get reduced. You have to have premium to have classics. If you go down to essential, you get half of that. And then if you go down to extra, you only get certain things. But then if you go to basic, it's just the monthly games and the online service, which you need obviously to be able to play online games, which is the basic $9.99. That's monthly. Beforehand, it was just $9.99 a month, and then I think it was $9.99 a month, and then it was $49.99 for 3 months, and then 60 for a whole year. It's $139.99 in the US dollar for a year of premium.
for
What the
you,
fuck?
wonder how much it is
I
for
under
me?
I understand, and then the 3 month one I think it's $89. For you, it's higher because you're in a different market, and then
Oh,
well,
it's way
the
higher.
tariff shit's going on, and I don't know if that's affected the gaming market yet. But with Nintendo,
It's around like 180 for us for a
it's
year
bad.
of
It's really
premium.
bad. And I'm afraid
Yeah.
because of Nintendo shit that PlayStation's just going to be like, oh, this must be a challenge. We're going to raise our shit. Like, it also scares me for the GTA 6 shit, where people keep throwing the rumor around that Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be $100, only because the Take Two Interactive president was like, I think our game's going to be the best in the world. it needs to be $100. That's a rumor. So people took that and thought it was going to happen, and I'm afraid it's going to, and I really don't want it to happen. But people were also afraid that like PlayStation's going to look at that price of Nintendo. They're smart. They should understand that because Nintendo raised it doesn't mean that people are going to just buy it because it's more expensive. That's not how that works. No, if you lower your prices, then that would make me understand why PS
Oh, yeah.
would raise theirs. No,
Sorry.
raising it because another company raises it is the dumbest shit, but I wouldn't put it past Sony to raise their prices.
You know when I said that 12 months of premium is $180, I was lying to you.
Is it
No.
higher?
No, it's $230.
Yeah. You're
Like
paying
that's genuinely fucking insane. Like I
you're
can't pay for this shit anymore.
that's the monthly rent of a low end one bedroom apartment that has the toilet, the bed, and the kitchen sink or the kitchen in the same area, like a low end apartment in probably New York, and you're paying that monthly for games. Whereas you have game. I listen. I will agree with him. I've been PlayStation my whole fucking life too. I tried to get a Switch. I tried to change my things around. I didn't play the Switch much. Okay, I'm sorry. I couldn't get my attention span to be the same, and also I didn't want to go through the trouble of getting more games on another console. Uh I've been okay with it, and I slowly started leaning into Sony is. I always say this a lot. Sony's fucking greedy. Sony's this and that. Sony's that. Why would they make it this much? I play most of my shit on PC now. I lowered I still pay for Plus, but it's at the lowest tier. I don't pay for the premium anymore because it's too much. 17.99, $18 a month. Dude, that's like a regular Amazon Prime price. Like that's like dude, that's so damn much for just having everything. If I can't play my classic games, I can't play my classic games. If I can't get games on the catalog, they're probably on Game Pass because the recent games that have been adding to the game catalog are on Game Pass already. And then with the monthly games of how, you don't hold the monthly games forever on PlayStation Plus. Now, I know you don't hold Game Pass games on there forever, but Game Pass keeps their games on there longer than PS does.
Yeah.
I am slowly moving, and he's right. Game Pass is better than I used to. I wasn't a shill or a PS shrew, but I was a defender for a while because I loved PlayStation. I love there's only certain games you can get on PlayStation. Like I love God of War. I love Spider-Man. I love Uncharted. I love these games. I get it. People like shit on these cinematic based games, but I love them because I love that kind of shit. But when it comes to the greed in this company where it starts to charge you more for stuff like this if you want it, I'm moving more to Game Pass. No, I'm not moving more to Xbox. Game Pass PC is a completely different thing.
Yeah.
It is Xbox Game Pass, but I don't have an Xbox. You get more variety on the PC Game Pass, I think, than you do the Xbox Game Pass itself. Because I even hear people complain about that it doesn't have enough games. But the PC version, you get a big ass variety. Doom the Dark Ages comes out this Friday. I love Doom. I'm trying to finish up Doom 1 and 2 because I feel like I may or may not stream something of Doom the Dark Ages. I don't know. Probably not this Friday, but some point. Just because I love Doom. It's going to Game Pass day one, but on PlayStation, you got to pay full price. Now, which one's a better deal, people? If you love Doom and you want to play it day one and not have to save up your money, because it's $70 on PlayStation as a regular bundle, you can pre-install it as we speak and have it ready Friday morning or whenever it releases, and you can play the shit out of it and kill demons. Okay, come on, like that's
Yeah.
that's a that's a weekend mood right there, bro. Like fuck, I'm staying inside and playing Doom. Like it's a weekend
Yeah.
mood.
Not only that, it literally has like two games that are getting praised and like are probably year game of the year contenders, and the Oblivion remake and
The
Expedition
Oblivion
33.
remake just dropped and it went straight to Game Pass. Which other one did you say?
Expedition 33. I don't know if you've heard of it, but
I've seen it, but I don't know what that's about.
Basically, it's like I think it's like a turn-based RPG kind of thing,
Ooh,
but people are saying it's like game of the year. People are
ooh.
praising the fuck out of Expedition
Well, they
23.
can
It
have it
is.
because GTXS is going to have it next year.
No, Silksong needs it. Give me Silksong. And by the
No,
way,
next
I
year.
don't.
Silksong's coming out this year, buddy.
Yeah, I
Hopefully.
know. I'm saying Silksong gets it this year,
Oh yeah,
not
yeah, no, no. GTA
Expedition
6 will
23.
probably get it next year
Yeah.
since it's literally releasing during the summer. That gives like so many. I'm not condoning kids to play the game, but so many kids graduating possibly to play that game. Like, let me tell you this: for all you hotels and beaches out there or whatever, you're probably going to have no people on the beach or at the hotel. They're going to be playing GTA 6 all summer. They are doing this is the best marketing I've ever seen. I get it, they don't give us a lot of trailers or gameplay, but this is the best way to like, hey, we're releasing it the week y'all get out of school. That gives
Yeah.
you 2 months to beat the main story and probably platinum it. I remember when
True.
I got Red Dead 2 during winter break of 2018. I beat that shit the whole winter break. Believe you me, I didn't give a shit about snow or the cold. This is the best way to do it, dude. They were like, if this wasn't a PR move for releasing it just in time for the summer break, dude, I don't know what. It's gonna be a good year
Yeah.
next year, dude.
Also, I don't know if this is still a thing, but uh it was said that Silksong is going to be Game Pass, day one Game Pass as well.
Shit,
So fucking
shit.
incredible, as probably one of my favorite. It's definitely going to be my favorite game of the year. And also, Subnautica 2 is going to be day one Game Pass as well, which is also one of my favorite game series of all time. Like it, I'm fucking dude. I'm eating. I'm eating.
I wish I haven't checked, but I would wish that Mafia: The Old Country would go to it. I don't think it is
Oh
because I
yeah.
want to play that one. And in between, now here's the thing: if I had known about like I knew about its release date, but if I didn't start my Batman playthrough so late, I was going to potentially play the Mafia games before that game came out. But I'm thinking I'm going to play the Mafia games after I finish Old Country, just to because I'm gonna be in my Mafia moment for a while. Probably my
Yeah.
Mafia moment's gonna lead up to GTA. That could be a potential stream series because we do have to finish Batman. Like my God, so much. But
True.
I do want to
Also,
get Mafia: The Old Country, but I don't think it's gonna go to Game Pass.
you said Doom's coming out this Friday, but
Yeah,
I'm looking at the thing right now. It says 2 hours. So,
just probably gonna it probably well for people who have like Game Pass or something, it probably drops early. Well,
well,
unless
yeah, I'm
that's
looking at the.
well, that might be there is a premium edition. I think there's an edition you can get early.
No, no, I'm looking at the standard edition right here. It says it's out in 2 hours.
Okay, well,
So,
about gonna have to pre-install that shit, but I'm not gonna play it because I want to finish the other two, and then if I decide to surprise stream, because now fuck, it's gonna be in my hands.
yeah,
Don't know, man, but I mean,
I
because I know it's set after Eternal probably, so like,
probably. Yeah,
but
I do have one more
yeah,
thing I want to talk about, and then don't really have anything else. But
yeah.
I want to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2 EULA or EULA. I'm gonna call it EULA because I don't want to say all the letters.
End user
Um,
license agreement, yeah. But
yeah.
yes, Eula.
Eula, Eula, had some crazy, wild and shit in it. So,
Wow.
first off, the first one is if you modify this console in any way, we will permanently make it disabled and you're not able to use the console. So you can't mod a console that you bought with your own money. That's fucking expensive, by the way. But not only that, they also have you can't sue us, basically. You
No,
can't take us to court in a uh fuck, what is it? In front of a public jury. That's basically what it says. You can't take us to court in front of a public jury, but wait, that's not all, because they also put in there in the users agreement, they also put unless it's something for copyright, then we can take you to court for it. So fuck you. Like, so listen, I can't sue them if I die at a Nintendo theme park, but if I say Mario and they don't like it, you bet your ass I'm getting sued for $50 million. Like, it's some genuine
yeah.
fucking
The thing is,
bullshit.
the thing is about so like there's a bit of sort of an agreement with that, but also like also a disagreement. Like, yeah, the whole "you can't sue us" thing. People, y'all got to understand at some point, Nintendo's never going to go down in their sales, and never going to go down as like one of the loved developments, or I mean, game developers. But at some point, people are going to start understanding that they can't do this shit anymore. The corporate side of Nintendo is changing drastically in front of our eyes, with the game prices being increased, and then this shit. Now, modding your console, or as they say, jailbreaking it, yes, it is illegal. Okay, and whoever's watching has probably done it. Like, they don't give a shit. You keep that to yourself. If you pirate, if you do this, if you do that, it's like you keep that to yourself. Obviously, nobody's going to bat an eye if they're not paying attention to you. You're not flaunting it around and saying that you're doing it. But if you do mod like if you jailbreak your phone, if you mod your, this and that, and it breaks something to where you're something you shouldn't be doing, I understand that, but they have kind of the audacity to say that kind of shit where it's like what they're doing recently, but like it is in a way illegal. But the "you can't sue us" shit, I hate that a lot. And they're one of the most greedy, like they're greedier than Sony. Like, I
Yeah.
don't even, because the fact that that people have stopped promoting them like on their YouTube channels, like playing games. Like, I know people are going to be streaming and playing the fuck out of Mario Kart 9 when it comes out, because that's already been in a way announced with the Switch 2.
Yeah.
They're going to all get copyright
I mean,
claimed.
there's a trailer for it.
Yeah,
But
there's a trailer for it. My bad. They're all going to get copyright claimed because Nintendo copyright claims everything that you talk about or promote. Not this video though, because I'm only talking about it. I'm not showing shit. So what are you gonna do? Also, we
yeah.
don't make money off this shit. So what are you gonna get out of me?
Yeah.
Um, but still, it's like no matter what it is, the content that happens, like even if you react to a Nintendo video, people have asked me in the past to like react to Mario shit. No, no, I'm glad I never did, because they would copyright claim it, regardless of it not being. I reacted to a Mario fan thing or something, because it's a Mario thing. I got, claimed for it because it had Mario in the thing. It was like a fan thing. I don't know what it was, but it was created, and I would assume that that person who created it was also claimed because Mario is not, a public domain character. Um,
Yeah.
Probably for a while, but still, it's like you can't do anything. Like, you can't say, "Man, I can make so much content off this," because you won't. They'll make more, and you'll make less of what happens. So it just sucks. I
Yeah.
mean,
I want to talk about this is something that I have an issue with PS Plus and and Nintendo Switch's online like subscription. I don't feel like you should have to pay a subscription to play online. I think that's dumb. I always
they
have.
only started, yeah, PlayStation only started doing that because of Xbox Live. Again, I
Yeah.
still think that it's a stupid thing because, one, if you want to make yourself look better, don't copy the competition. Maybe, hey, come over to us. Our PlayStation Network is free. You don't have to pay any money. No, they decided we'll let you pay monthly because I believe at the time Xbox Live was only a year. I could be wrong,
I
but
don't know.
PS Plus started out at $9.99 a month. There was no such thing as yearly at first. So they're like, okay, how about this? We'll have the lowest subscription. You get all these games every month. You get all, well, they weren't even doing that at the beginning, but you were getting like like you were getting like, you were able to play games, but for a certain amount of time. But you get all these cool games you can have. You ain't got to pay for it if you got PS Plus, this and that. The certain games we choose. That's how the format was. Back in the day, it wasn't monthly games or a game catalog. They would select certain games you could download and play with, if you had PS Plus. You did not have to have a tier subscription or anything. It's like, oh, Batman Arkham, well, no, was it? Because I'm thinking of PS3 time, but like, yeah, like during the time, like, oh, if you got PS Plus, you can play Infamous right now with no pay. That's how it was. That's how some people were able to get these games. But then it changed when PS4 came out, because then you had to start paying for it. Um, because they were like, the PS4 obviously became the better console of theirs at that time, but it definitely changed with like how pricing was going for Xbox. And I just thought maybe, if you're the competition, maybe make it free so they don't gotta, pay anything. But the market of gaming has changed now, and obviously that's why these PS Plus tiers exist. But that's just it's so damn greedy.
I hate
Two
it.
hundred
I hate it.
something a month for y'all. 230 even. That's almost $300.
It's the same problem with
God.
wrestling. By the way, same problem. The ticket prices going up. It's crazy.
Oh yeah,
Like,
we didn't even mention that. That's going up high, dude. SummerSlam
yeah,
tickets, bye.
$45,000, dude. I, I, oh my god, you
That's fine.
cannot.
Smiles can
I
afford
would,
that.
I would never. I mean, never. There's nothing. There's not a wrestler. There's not a wrestling experience. There's not any
That's pre-order
experience
sales though, I
that
think. They
makes
go
me.
down, but still.
There's not a single experience that you'd see me paying 45,000 for.
I think I
Not
remember
a
seeing like the
single
cheap
one.
seats. It was like one was 10,000. Like that's the lowest. Yeah, they're in the thousands, man. Like they weren't even that expensive between me and my buddy at like Bad Blood when I went. Like that between us both, like he had fees and stuff, but like altogether it was like 600 because both of our seats together were 200, and then there's added on fees you have for because you have the seats and then paying for the venue, getting into the venue. It's like you have multiple things you pay for it. The seats aren't the only thing you pay for getting in there. It's like you got to pay for entering the venue fee, whatever they charge, the seats, and then a couple other things. It's like you have to pay for. So like together it was like 600, but like he paid for most of his part. I paid for my half. So it's like um I should say 200 between us both, but still like
Yeah.
these seats are not cheap. Even though the cheap seats exist, they aren't cheap either. If you get in the cheap seats, you're probably paying 400. Like they're called that because back in the day, $400 for those seats was affordable because of the economy. Today, no, the $400 cheap seats are expensive. So yeah, economy's evolving backwards for
Yeah,
your wallet,
sure.
but not for that. But oh, you got anything else? I have nothing more to say.
Um, no, I'm just, bro. I think I'm just in a. I think I'm. I I feel like something. Okay, put the tinfoil hat on. Put the tinfoil hat on.
I I,
Everyone,
I
get your
don't have
tinfoil
I don't have
hats.
one, but all right.
Get your tinfoil hats. I'm about to do some weird conspiracy shit, and if you don't like it, whatever. I think at this rate, at the way the Hollywood industry, the movie industry is going, the way the gaming industry is going, the way the wrestling industry is going, just how prices are going in general, I feel like at some point we're gonna get to a point where like something huge happens and like the entire economy resets. Like the entire thing. Like I feel like
Resets.
something.
Oh
Yeah, I don't
God.
know how. I don't know how or why, but I just feel like something big is gonna happen. I feel like with all this stuff happening, I feel like the world is kind of ending. Like I feel like it's going like a normal person who works a 9 to 5 job cannot buy anything. They can barely they can't even really afford a rent or
I
food
mean,
at this
technically,
like
I
at
work a
these
nine to
prices.
five, but I mean, yeah, it depends on your
You
nine to
live with
five.
someone though. You don't have to pay
Yeah. No.
everything.
Oh, you meant living on? Yeah. No. 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 Living on your own is a shit. No. It's. Mm-mm. I tell you right now, it's never. That's why people are still living with their parents these days by like 20 something. I'm still with my.
Exactly.
It's my house too. I'm on the lease. So like I
Yeah.
pay a portion of my own way to stay here. It's not just my mom's house. I'm living with her. This is my house too, but I am technically still living with my mother. It's going to change around this summer. I will be moving. I have never mentioned that yet until now, but we're moving out of this house soon. Um, I'll be still living with someone, but like, yeah, I don't really. I technically do live with her and family, but that's because the economy sucks right now. It's really
Exactly.
hard to find a place on your own. I grew up saying, "Oh, I'm gonna move out by like 20 or something, by on my
I said
own."
I was gonna move out by 18. That's not
Well,
happening.
pandemic messed it up too. Pandemic messed it up
Sure.
really bad. Like a lot of things got messed up by the pandemic, especially like the economy and how you're living. It's like a lot of things changed, and including like you know the changes in government standings and all that financially. And right now it's going bad too. These tariffs need to figure out their shit and need to stop or whatever because this shit's gonna make it worse too. Telling you right
Yeah.
now, y'all think them paying them paying us instead of us paying taxes is going to make things better?
Yeah.
I'm laughing at you right now. Yeah,
We're
because
we're
it's
not
clearly
we're
not
not a
going any.
political podcast,
We're not a
but
political podcast, but
yeah.
still, like, I will
Yeah.
mention that, like, dude, rethink what you're thinking.
Yeah,
But
dude, fuck me. Like, I'm racking my entire brain. I'm trying to think of one person I know that is living by themselves, and I can't. I can't think of a single person I know that is living by themselves. That should
I
show
think I
you
know
how
one
bad
guy,
it is.
but he just so happens to be lucky in wealth. His family helped him out, but I don't hate
Yeah.
on people who have that help because they came up good. If you got help, okay, you can live on your own. But majority of the working class right now, they don't have any of that. And I sure don't.
Yeah.
So I'm a damn YouTuber doesn't mean like I'm not making anything on this channel, brother. Like I'm making where I'm at is good, but doesn't mean I'm wealthy. You know,
Yeah. One big
this what
issue
I'm
for
wearing is
me
cheap.
with the wrestling ticket prices is like I to me, and I've seen this a lot of other people say this too. To me, wrestling is about the family. It's about the like children and
My
like
family.
a lot of people are like with these prices, a normal family that has like parents that work a normal child that has parents that work a 9 to 5 job, they can't pay for them to go to one of these shows, which sucks. It sucks so bad because it doesn't give the child an experience to actually go see
I was
the
doing
WWE the
not so
wrestling they
great.
love live.
I was doing not so great during the time that I went to Bad Blood. I was making good money. I still am. But I made a compromise with my buddy. Like instead of paying him in full, I paid him in payments and he was okay with that. Surprisingly, he was okay with that. But he
Yeah,
understood because he's also the same way. Where like he's not living on his own, but he understands the same way. The economy sucks. But we barely get like big PLE stuff out here in Atlanta. And if people know, most of the big wrestling shit in the early days, like the Attitude Era, happened out here. Like WCW
true.
was in Georgia. Like that's Ted Turner is from Georgia. Ted Turner ran. He's probably not from there here, but he's lived in Georgia. He ran the Atlanta Braves. Turner Field, which is now Truist Park, or True, yeah, was his. Like the Ted Turner is from here. I believe I'm right on that. But like this is where majority of the wrestling stuff was happening. Dusty Rhodes is from here. Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles, Eight Town Down. Austin
Thunder.
Theory is from here, bro. Like all these, the Nightmare Factory
Don't
is here,
scream it
bro.
out loud.
The Nightmare Factory is here. If I was an athletic person and I was bound to be a wrestler, bro, I'm going to the Nightmare Factory. But still, like having a PLE here is rare. We had a WrestleMania here in 2011, and we haven't had one since. Now, keep in mind that was the worst WrestleMania in existence, but by some there were bad ones. I know WrestleMania like 3 or something. No, WrestleMania like 2 or something. Or WrestleMania 1 is
36.
also bad. WrestleMania 1 is also bad too. That was more of like squashes and
36.
shit. 36. Oh, okay, yeah. Um no,
36 bad.
WrestleMania 36 was bad because it was the Performance Center, but it was Drew
It was
McIntyre's
also just
moment.
bad.
Yeah, but Drew McIntyre got his moment. He should have been in front of a crowd. He needs to be a title holder again. But like,
Yeah.
and that's when we had the Georgia Dome. The Georgia Dome's gone. They blew that shit up. Like I'm not kidding you. They blew it up, and then they rebuilt. They built a new stadium, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which is the biggest stadium we've ever had, across from the MetLife Stadium that we have.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, so like we don't get that kind of stuff here. Like we eventually started getting Monday Night Raw stuff here when Cody became champion. Like it had been years. Like I think the last time a Raw was here was 2018 when Randy Orton and Brock Lesnar were feuding. If you know the infamous moment where Paul's in the ring, Brock's in the ring, and he's like, "You'll never hit an RKO on Brock Lesnar," and Randy Orton comes in and hits the RKO. I was there for that. That's where that was. That was in Atlanta. So 6 years go by or five, and Bad Blood's coming to Atlanta. So regardless of how my financial situation was, I was struggling, but I was like, I love this sport. I love everything about this. I'm fucking going. And I even told my dude, I said, we're going. And he was like, yeah, I'm already planning on pre-ordering. I said, dude, it's really going to be hard to get these in full to you. Can I make payments? And he said yes. And we got to bad blood. And for people like that who are struggling, they're probably doing everything they can to get that in there as well. And if you do it, man, if you think you can do it, go for it. But like, yeah, that's an example of like the economy being shit, but you're still doing everything you can to go see something that you love and that you've been watching your whole life. My family has fallen out of it. My dad fell out of it. My mom barely didn't give a damn about it. My grandmother grew up watching, Hogan and all that here in Marietta, but they fell out of it. I'm pretty much the only one who's continued on with it, so it's like I've been passionate about it this whole time. You think I'm not gonna go. But like that's my like think about that when you're thinking like the economy sucks, but like you'll do everything you can to try to get something you want or you want to see. But when it comes to like moving and living on your own, you may not get that because it really is a hard thing to go through. But I mean, that's just like regardless of me struggling like that, like I still managed to go because I love this sport. And you can have your
Yeah.
opinions on it, but I mean, it's fun, dude. I look forward to it every
Mm.
Monday, every PLE and everything in this podcast with this weirdo.
Okay.
So, but
Yeah.
that's all
I
I really have to say. But
Same. I'm just sad as to where every kind of company and business is going right now. Like,
they're not
it's just
making yeah.
making things
WWE is
so
having controversy.
inaccessible. Uh,
Yeah,
You know.
WWE controversy and Nintendo controversy, and hopefully it all comes back together at some point because this needs to we need to get out of the dark ages doom.
Yeah. Truly.
Dark ages are upon us. But other than that,
Plus,
I haven't.
sorry, I've heard so many. I remember everyone in 2024 was like, "Dude, this is the filler year. This is the year where everything sucks, and next year it'll be awesome." And
Yeah,
then,
this one is not doing so well.
yeah,
I'm not even going to get even political stuff, but stuff that happened at the beginning of the year was like,
yeah,
but yeah, no, yeah, it maybe it'll look up, but
crazy.
right now it's not doing so well. But
Yeah. Yeah, people are like, 2024 is like the Infinity War, to 2025, where it's like it's good, it's building up 2025, and 2025 is going to be an
well,
incredible year for
Infinity War
everything.
ended badly, so if this is
What?
the end game year, Infinity War ended badly. He killed it. He killed half the
Oh,
population.
I thought you were saying the movie ended badly,
No,
and I
no,
was
no.
like,
It ended.
no.
It was a great movie. I'm saying the way the ending perceived. He
Yeah, yeah,
won. So like
yeah.
now, if 2025 is the end game, we have to get back before the end
Well,
of
yeah,
the
no, no,
year.
I'm saying that's what people were saying until 2025 actually happened.
Oh, okay. So it's
Because
reversed now.
then
We're
2025
in
actually
the Infinity
happened.
War. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We're
And people were like,
backwards. We're going
"Oh."
backwards.
Yeah. People were
That's
like,
all.
25 is gonna be a great year. Everybody's like, I remember during New Year's, everyone's like, dude, 2024 was sucked, but 2025, it's gonna be a great year. It's gonna be amazing. And
Hey, it could be
well,
worse. It could be worse. The events of Black Ops 2 could be happening right now because it's 2025 and well, Nuketown uh thankfully doesn't exist. I know you're probably not into all the COD lore or whatever, but this is the year of Black Ops 2 that's taking place. So as long as no terrorist shows up and tries to kill us all, we're okay. As long as nobody builds an nuclear explosive site that looks like a neighborhood that it's set for
yeah,
detonation, and they call it Nuketown, we'll be okay. And as long as a zombie outbreak doesn't happen, we'll be okay.
yeah.
Um, anyways, that thing that's all we have time for today,
Yep.
ladies and gentlemen. But follow us all on our socials. They're on the screen. I am RedBeard22 on God, I said it right this time. On Twitter and YouTube, and Krodok on YouTube, and 55 if he fucking is on Twitch. And follow us,
Well,
Beard.
hey, actually, I will be on Twitch soon. I have plans for some games I want to
Oh,
stream. So,
let's go. All right. Go ahead and follow him on there. Give him a sub and follow us on the Beard Bros Break It Down on Spotify. Hit that bell, hit that follow to get some more updates and to notify you when we go, when our episodes go live. And also
on.
subscribe to this channel because this is where most of the visual stuff's going to happen. And he and I are going to be working on some collaboration stuff soon, um,
Yeah.
together so we can upload more content that's not just us on here because these are long
Yeah.
videos and I don't know if y'all can last that long, but try at least. And stay tuned for more music because coming out September 12th, 2025, The Resurgence 3 drops.
Check it out.
And yeah, don't check it out now because it's not out, but like, check out the teaser because then you'll get a feel
Yes.
of like a taste of vanilla. Anyways, we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Ron, the episode is over.
The episode's over. Peace.
Peace. Ron, don't say another word.